don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's going to have to sack off his thrust. Yes, he has to something in melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's going to try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he going to be taking? This is nice micro from Ungus, but you know, the Automatons just have to attack.
Tuesday. Doe mi? Сейчас будет casting. No?
Are you guys able to move into...
Yes, I'm going onto the camera.
Okay. There's a it's MH, right?
Yes, MHONGPA. What's up, everybody?
Yo,
How we doing? Big Shake here.
Big Hanfa, what's up?
Just got back from a big rock climbing sesh. Was a lot of fun. I came back and caught the tail end of the Batu and Conqueror series. That was a pretty cool couple of games there. How about yourself, mate?
Rock climbing, this is good. No, everything okay. Came back from vacation in Spain and played some AoE 3 the last couple of days. Played my series yesterday, casting today, and yeah, bigs are doing well, man. We're bigging.
The Hudson Bay Bigosaurus Rexes.
Oh yeah, dude, we're the team to beat right now. We're the only team with a positive win rate so far in this tournament.
All right, okay. To be honest, I'm a bit ashamed to say I have not been keeping up with the table, the top of the table, you know. So I do have to pull up the Excel and review the scores, but that's gonna be good to see. So yeah, we're changing up last minute here, so give us a few moments. We apologize, everyone. We did not realize there was not a producer at the time, so Chosen is coming in, and he's going to be producing for us on the back end, while you've got us lovely lads here. So, yeah, we've got Psionic versus Soldier, so what do you think is going to be kind of the style of this game and series, and how do you think it's going to turn out, Shake?
So just before we continue, I want to note the scores. Currently, it is Bigs stand at 29-21, SKG 24-26, and CMC to 21 and 24, and MDS to 21 and 24. So MDS and CMC tied at the bottom of the table, SKG second, and Bigs first. So if either Psionic or Soldier wins 4-1 today, they jump their team up all the way from 4th to 2nd on the table.
Pretty big. Depends also on total outcome of the scores. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Psionic, of course. I think with him, I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, as a humble low, you know, I think watching Psionic, it's really fun watching him accurately click everywhere. People talk about APM, but he has meaningful actions, I think. The biggest thing is obviously going to be experience, and I sometimes think he like over eggs on compositionally, like we've seen the 50 skirm to Dragonucci, you know. Soldier, of course, very experienced, has a wide civ pool, kind of done this here and there, but yeah, it's going to be really fun to watch these two guys go head to head here.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I will note this. Feeling wise, going into the series, I really believe Psionic is going to absolutely hammer Soldier today. I don't know why I got this feeling. Like, don't get me wrong, you're right. Soldier has the experience and, you know, is an awesome player. Like, everyone loves a Soldier game. But Psionic has not been showing up to any of the voice calls in Discord this week. He's not been talking to almost anyone. He has been hiding, layered in a hole with Kaiser Klein and Julian K, just practicing. And listen, I already said this before. This tournament is the best tournament to happen for him, especially before he enters a big main 1v1 tournament, you know, where you're up on your own. So you know,
Yeah,
having Julian and Kaiser coach you is just huge for him. So yeah, I
totally
really
agree.
think Psionic wins today. I think it's gonna be a 4-1 to him, but let's see. Hopefully we get a close series.
All right, and with that, we're going to be moving to the game soon, and we've got the civilization picks as well. We've got Psionic starting out with his main civ is France, and Soldier in the color blue, he's going to be picking Brits, so might as well get right into the game.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
And we're transitioning over to the game.
All right, Hogman, take it away, big boy.
Oh, here we are. So big shake. I'm excited for this one. We've got in the north of Arabia, Soldier in the color blue is the Brits. And in the south, his opponent is going to be Psionic in the color red as the French. I really wish these colors were flipped. It always peeves me, but yeah. Going for the standard trading post at the beginning here. Now, do you think Psionic's going to go for a 12-10 on this map, or do you think he's going to go for something a little different?
Psionic is gonna go for a 12-10, I'm pretty sure. And Psionic has played this matchup so many times. He's played with Carbone often, with Batu, with me. He knows how to play this matchup. Brit, as we all know, one of the best civs in the game, really an awesome civ, but Psionic's France is his main squeeze. Like, this is a 2200 elo pick right here. Soldier, I know, is very, very good with Brit as well, but I don't know how he'll match up to France, especially on this map, because it might seem on first sight that like the hunts are very, very nicely distributed on this map, but the secret is that these hunts run out quite quickly, and you're gonna have to go to the middle or to the sides to contest it. And one thing about Psionic that really puts him apart from other players is his incredible APM and multitask. Like, APM is one thing and multitask is another. If you know how to multitask properly, then oh my god, you're gonna be an absolute menace. If we're gonna be able to look at the decks really quickly, chosen. If we can just jump into that, thank you. So Brit is going to go for a standard deck, 20 longbows in H4. I like that. You like that, Hogba? Because I fucking love 20 longbows in H4. That is such a good card. One of the best and most underrated H4 cards. And as we can see for Psionic, yeah, obviously he's got his Pioneers in there, Wilderness Warfare. So, you know, his City Bees are going to get pulled at some point. Jaegers as well, very standard from both players. And I think it's a breath of fresh air in this tournament where so far we've seen Batu go for H4s a lot against Conquer, and the mini versus Kevin series was also a bit DE-ified. So yeah, I'm happy to see a classic good guy Brit versus bad guy French series here.
Well, yeah, no, I do like the 20 longbows. That is a really nice value card when you think about it. Like, we talk about some of the better Age 4 skirm shipments. Some of them are like 15 or 14, but for Brit it's 20. And yeah, we do see Psionic going for the 12-10, and I do like how he has was it Wilderness Warfare in there and Pioneers? Okay, it is Pioneers, not the speed movement one. Okay. So I've seen him play around with that a bit before, but it seems that he likes the Pioneer buff of HP over the speed. And he watching Psionic's France is really interesting because if you think about it, like a CDB is almost like one of the Royal Arc Boosters, like low damage outputs but high tanking HP. But they can
Exactly.
the way he
Yeah.
plays it is like he gets pikes with it because that's the only real thing that kind of counters them. And then he just starts eating the food on your side of the map. And I totally agree. Like Brit on this map, maybe just more of a comfort pick first, kind of uncounterable. But when we look at the hunt distribution, it is actually kind of favorable towards Soldier's side. Like, if you look, the middle hunts are kind of like walking towards each other in front of
Yep.
his base almost. So he's got a lot of decent food there. It'll be interesting to see if Soldier goes tower forward because I feel like Psionic's the type of guy who would love to see that. It almost play into his hands. We do see him going down for the native scout. I like that a lot. I think that's a really good play because you want to deny your opponent knowing where your tower is going to be as Brett.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess so. It's right around the time you age, so it doesn't really matter. But I wanted to say this was a bad 12-10 for Psionic. He didn't really manage to find the food treasures he was hoping to find, so he clicked up 225. So for those of you who don't know, if you have the option to go 1320, for example, with a food treasure or with wood treasures, you age around 5 to 6 seconds later than the time he clicked up with 12-10. So that's a bit less and like 6 seconds quicker, which isn't really optimal, but regardless, it's not that bad of a timing for an age up. Soldier also aids you a little bit slower, clicked up at 249 because he garrisoned his vills to try and kill that explorer, that scout, excuse me. And yeah, like look at the distribution of his manor so far. Very conservative manor, at the top of the map, really just securing any back raids, which, as we said, Psionic just loves. I think both players really did their homework on each other. Like I know, like the tier that Psionic and Soldier are playing right now is kind of the tier I'm playing at the moment, and I would be really stressed if I had to play either one of them because it's some very very good players, and I would be studying the hell out of them. And that's exactly what Soldier is doing right now. The mana positioning isn't going too far away. It's going very conservative, making sure he minds his wills because he knows that Psionic's way of getting into games or just winning games is usually by that rating, and it's just going to be such a huge factor for him. Now, if we look over at Psionic now, Psionic has aged up to the next stage. We can see that he has aged up with the quartermaster. Very, very nice. Chopped just 25 wood, or 28 wood it was, excuse me. Just enough for steel traps ASAP as soon as he gets the wood in. And there we go. Steel traps is being queued right now with the 4 CDBs. A little bit late. Don't really like that he's queuing that house later, but it's
I
understandable. It's
agree.
still good. But yeah, regardless, herding in 2 hunts for France is very, very nice. And I'm not sure if we're going to see some H2 gameplay here. I know Psionic likes to put down that stable, but with France, it's normally advisable to put down that barracks, play a little bit more H2, because if you go for an FF or for, you know, Hazard play, you're kind of very susceptible to timing pushes from Brit. And it's not really something you want to live down, a timing push with Musk, Lumbo, us, right? So yeah, in base Rex going down for Soldier. What are you thinking so far for the cautiousness of both players here?
I think it's understandable. Again, it's the first game, right? We have to put into perspective. You're not playing just for yourself. You're playing for your team, and sometimes you don't want to make the overly aggressive move. And I do think it's a bit odd because we did see Soldier's scout in bait, or excuse me, his hero in Psionic's base, and he didn't spot anything. And I think when he didn't see any military buildings in his base, he must be thinking, okay, surely there's something around the sides somewhere. So I can understand why he did that. And it's not a bad thing either. Can we take a look over at Psionic's base real quick as Soldier is making some musketeers? So now the stable is down. Okay. So he's going to get, how many he's going to get?
He's gonna get 4 in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, he can sell and cancel 1 CDB and he can get 5.
He could.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
gonna get 5. There we
Nice.
go.
Very nice. Very nice. And I do think that's very important, particularly in this matchup. Like the threat, exactly. I like what he's doing here, and this is what we were talking about. Like multitasking here is splitting the husk. Like just a couple is going to be enough to divert, a single batch of musks where it's going to be impossible to defend multiple villagers out. But this is also kind of like where we talked about the homework being done here. He knows that Psionic is kind of like into this husk play, and I think granted, the houses are not where you want them to be to get good line of sight on the map. His vills are going to be safe, and the Huss won't really be able to do too much other than just stop the spread, which is a win in itself, but not necessarily the best thing. But yep.
Yeah, we are seeing Soldier kind of rely on his own APM here, saying to himself, okay, I'm not going to hurt in all of these hunts right now, but I know that as the game goes on, my APM does not dip, and I can just separate my vills all across the map and get more of these hunts in. Now, these trades so far for Psionic haven't been all too great, unless he manages to get a villager over here, where it actually pays off. 700 coin out on the floor for Soldier. Okay, villager going down, so Vil for Hazard traded so far. And look how Psionic is just going in and out, in and out, in and out constantly. If we switch over to Psionic's perspective, I think that Soldier is looking for an age up right here with 110 mana pop. And yeah, Psionic's going to do the same, but he's going to get up to H3 better. He's got enough in store for probably what's going to be a church and another military building or a couple of houses. I'm thinking we're going to see a church and a house being put down for Psionic as he's going to age. Ooh, another Hazard loss. That's pretty big. Very nice defense so far from Soldier. Only losing 1 Vil. Killing 2 Hazards. Now, the Hazards aren't really there to be kept in H3. He's just there to try and harass the British player as much as possible, right? So, Anyways, we are seeing a macro for an age up for Psionic, and if we switch over to Soldier's perspective, we're also going to see a macro for an age up for him. So I remember I played this matchup against Soldier once, and this is exactly what he did. He just wants to go H3 with Brit as soon as possible. He's not very interested in the timing pushes, and I don't really know if I like it personally. I know that it's very good economically because look, he's 31 villagers, he's ahead. And he's shipping wood even behind it, so that's going to mean that he's going to get more vills, another military building, and he's going to have XP for a shipment as soon as he hits H3. Whereas Psionic right now does not have the XP yet, but he did put down a church, which is very nice. So he's probably going to have the XP for a shipment, but he's just down economically a little bit on Soldier. But I think that's going to change because probably he's going to be keeping that wood for a TC. Maybe. What do you reckon?
Yeah, quite interested to see what he's doing with that extra wood there. Maybe a second TP. If we look into his base real quick, I saw the stable. Did he have a racks down? Okay, he did. Okay, yeah, so that's a bit interesting. Maybe I'm not really sure what that's for, but it could be a very good move to put like a TC down in the middle and just kind of cut off some of the food of Brit, especially because Psionic sees that Soldier's manners are all really contained in his base. So yeah, gonna go for some nice cheeky corner raids here. Love that, just kind of hugging that line of sight, but good use of the Explorer here. He might see this. Oh, and he's going to get a snare, and those Musketeers are going to come in again. So excellent use of his Explorer again. Just getting more value and getting extra damage on some of these Hussars. Getting Gang Saw, Log Flume, and Longbows now. What is he aging up with? Can we take a look? The Adventurer. All right, so he's going to... Yeah.
Longbows, okay. I mean, he's got to be careful here, Honpa, because he's going to get outscaled. The France now, he is an H3, and let's see, is the wood being spent? No, just houses. Okay, so no TC being placed right now. He's going to go into Skirm Goon, and I would rather be France here, and I'll tell you why. Because Brit does not have a very imposing mass right now. And for Brit to get the mouse of units they want to really be able to fight with France's quality of units, which is slightly better than Brit's, because you know your cap switch eventually is cuirassiers, your goons get a little bit, your skirms get good, your goons get a little bit better. Actually, I think that's a mistake. I think your goons are actually the same as Brit's goons, but never mind. You get curs, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you get curs, right? So H3 mano a mano, I think it kind of favors France, especially with Britvilles being all across the map, as we talked about earlier, and being more susceptible to raids. But yeah, Soldier is doing what he trusts, what he knows, and what he feels most comfortable with, which I respect. So, yeah, very late steel traps actually coming in for Soldier as well, right, Baron?
Yeah, and I really do like
very
that hunt.
correctly said by Chosen that hunt is being completely zoned off.
Dragoon's now being trained here by Soldier, so he's got a decent mass of longbows, and honestly, those will wreck the skirmishers as soon as they get their veterancy techs in, and just a couple of goons being patient, Huss being caught out by musketeers likely, nice use of melee, and then switching immediately to volley mode as soon as they were out of range to get the kill. Villager does get sniped here by some of the skirmishers. Greatcoat's just now coming in. Longbows being shipped, and he is going to get some more longbows out, so this is going to be a huge mass of longbows here. He needs veterancy, although 21 longbows plus shipment. Yeah, it's going to be insane. Like, they're just so good. The DPS of 20, yeah, 22 range, 16 damage, and a 1.5 rate of fire, 27 longbows now with TCN out of post fire, just hooping on these skirmishers.
32 attack in comparison to what, 18 of the skirmishers? Like, yeah, 18,
Yeah.
There we go. And like, yeah, longbows are just, they're almost H4 skirms and H2, aren't they? But this is where longbows excel. Longbows don't really beat heavy infantry as bad. Like, you don't want to see a massive Jans or Sepoys coming at you if you're Brit and you have longbows, but when you see Skirm Goon and you're able to smash that longbow button, you're more than happy to do it. And it's kind of a role reversal here right now. Soldier with the Psionic comp here with the 2 goons, couple of musk, and a billion longbows, whereas we currently have a sufficient amount of dragoons out on the field for Psionic. And Psionic, I wouldn't be surprised if by seeing those longbows, we're gonna go for a cure switch, and there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm not really sure. I do like the idea of the 2 falconets, but I always feel like going curs, like, early before your opponent can get a sufficient mass of, like, veteran musketeers, or in soldiers' case, the dragoons. Like, you can get those curs, you can idle, you can just snare, and get your skirms do they're way more effective. If Brit goes Huss, which, you know, is kind of typical, the Falcons you kind of can't really kite with Skirm Goon with them. But yeah, so let's see if he gets a full batch of curs here. He's gonna get a full batch of skirms, it looks like, and then make curs. Falconets are moving towards the longbows. Longbows positioning nicely onto the dragoons. Just gonna be shooting at these houses.
I'm just very scared for Psionic here. Like he's kind of awkwardly parallel to the TC where a couple of Falconets can pop and probably snipe a Falconet before he can do anything about it. Nice shot on the longbows there. Falconets popping behind the TC. Actually, I don't like that from Soldier because you just saw that the Falconets shot. Like if you pop them in front of the TC, you can get a free shot on these Falconets and kill them. And now they're kind of bugging behind the TC, not deciding what they want to do. They're going to have to go from the left side of the TC because the Bills are blocking their pathing over there, so that man is probably going to go down. And Psionic actually just not backing off. He's looking for the fight with the Falconets, and actually he wins the Falconet war. Oh my god, okay, so he takes the first shot, and now the line of sight from that Explorer allowed him to take the next shot, and his Falconet is going to live. Whereas the British Falconets are going to go down. That means at least another shot, and look at how much damage that one shot already did to these longbows. If he's going to get another shot off, he did get another shot off with that Falconet. So all in all, this was a really good trade for Psionic here, even though he is in a very awkward position. Now the cursors are going to go in, most likely, but there's nothing really defending it except for all these manners, and I would still back off from 5 Psionic here because the DPS from the longbows is just so scary. You don't want to fight this with longbows. The Curs have an awkward position and timing to get in. And Soldier is doing an awesome job defending with the Dragoons from behind, zoning off these Cuirassiers while the longbows DPS in the front. It isn't the greatest trade in the world for Brit, but he's making the best out of a kind of shitty situation right now.
Minutemen being called now, more Dragoons in production. There's only one Cuirassier left. He still has a couple of Dragoons, and Longbows will just still stand there strong, doing their thing. 5 Huss now being shipped on the back end of this because all of the anti-cav for Psionic has also gone down at this point, and there's still 14 veteran Longbows, so he wins the engagement, and he still has a decent mass of skirm unit types left over. So, yeah, that was a nice micro by Psionic, but, you know, the longbows, it doesn't even matter. They could just come in. They did get one volley off, but Psionic's nice positioning here with the skirmishers and goons just zoning off the food here. And, yeah, Soldier might be in a bit of a rough situation for remass, but then again, he still has a healthy mass. So unless Psionic smashes this fight and is able to then go in, I think it's going to be really hard here, as we do see the scores. Although scores inflated for Brit here and there because of the housing situation. Although that being said, he's only on, granted, a couple of houses were destroyed, but 41 vills. Let's take a look over at Psionic's villager count and maybe what's he's shipping.
Psionic's making a big mistake right now. He's separating his skirmishers from his dragoons again. He does that often. That's a way where he often gets caught out. Now losing a dragoon there for free, kind of skirmishers going back. These 5 Huss, if they connect and if they get their veterancy status before any of these cuirassiers can come in, can really do some damage. Now, a thing that I want to note, like Brit is down in eco right now to France. France not only has full map control and has been gathering the entire time uninterrupted while France was bothering his base, also the villager count is down to 41 for Brit, so 42, excuse me, so 35 CDBs with all market upgrades and gathering food is just objectively better than what Brit has right now. Psionic is going to have a serious lead, and he's going to be seriously ahead if this game goes longer than 2-3 minutes right now. And we're seeing that Soldier is realizing that, getting veteran Hussar, trying to get more Hussars out on the field, probably going to market trade a couple of things for his full batches. And yeah, look at the vills. He's frantically looking for more hunts that he's not finding. And
Migration.
These vills are just going to have to move on, trying to find the hunt that is going to be very, very exposed. And as we said, this is the thing about this map. Around the 14-minute mark, Brit has to push out for hunts, and the hunts are just very awkwardly very far away. And that's why I would have preferred to see Soldier play more of an H2 game here, because then you can really put the pressure on France and really dictate the tempo. If you're going to decide to play mano a mano with France in H3, you're going to have a hard time in trying to get the map control back from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe a mistake. He might be looking back now, and that in-base tower could have potentially cost him. But we do see a massive amount of curs. Oh no, there's some dragoons in there. Pardon me. But yeah, they're gonna come in and get a nice little snare. Oh, are they even gonna get? Oh, no villagers, but these ones are gonna be stuck in it. Oh, they're gonna get caught. Oh, run around to outplay. Oh, mental collapse. So, oh, the curs are gonna get onto the villagers, and nice block with the dragoons there. How many are gonna go down? 2, 3. Oh. 4, maybe. Nope. Okay, but yeah, these ones on the side are gonna get blocked off. Split firing with the dragoons. But that being said, if you look at the skirmisher position, this position for the skirmishers, there's a lot of soldiers drag boxing the hussars to the front line, and they're gonna come in. Where are the dragoons? He needs to bring the dragoons in immediately.
But look at this micro from Psionic. Look at him leaving one skirmisher in the front just so he won't be able to attack move on him. Focusing down the dragoons.
Oh boy,
smart.
the flank.
There we go.
Flank of curs onto the longbows. Oh, and the oh man.
Wreck everything. Oh my god.
Wow, the +10s and all of the longbows are getting melted. He has the dragoons behind the skirmishers. The Huss are trying to connect, but there's too many cuirassiers here. Longbows are not focusing onto the dragoons here. On the +10s of the splash damage, curs are just absolutely obliterating this infantry mass here. And just like that, it looked like Psionic might have been the one to get caught out, but he said no. 5 more curs. 5 more curs. And just cleans him, and now he's running over to the villagers.
He's going over to the villagers, and the Great Migration is happening. A part of the full villagers are going down towards the French base, and the other part is going towards his own base. If Psionic splits, and he does split these,
what a beautiful
he
split.
will find all the villas. Look at this quadruple splitting APM in its full effect, ladies and gentlemen. Skirmishers finding a couple of British villagers at the back of the base as well, making short work of them, and Psionic has taken absolute control of this game. As I said before it started, Honkpa, as me and you were talking about, this is going to be the win factor for Psionic. How is he going to be able to APM? How is he going to be able to multitask? He's going to raid while simultaneously fighting, not be under pressure, being able to move his army in very good times, in very good positions. Look at how he split the fire on his skirmishers before the big engagement happened. He wiped out like 3, 4, 5 dragoons before the fight even happened, and allowed his cuirassiers to really do all that damage later on, and just an absolute masterclass by Psionic in French gameplay. And wow, this was a hell of a game to open up this series, ladies and gentlemen. Psionic takes first blood 1-0.
Great game. Great game. Yeah, and you know, sometimes it's hard to see in the long version of the game. You come in a little bit timid in the first round, and I really do think going back to the in-base barracks and outposts, really just kind of conceding the map, and that ultimately cost him where his villagers had to be out in very dangerous positions, and then eventually got starved, had a mass migration. But yeah, very well played there. Good game.
GG, well played indeed. Let me just with the camera. There we go. GG, well played. And yeah, Honkpa, this series is going to be a good one. And Psionic is looking like he's on his A game. Honestly, he's really looking terrifying right now, isn't he?
Yeah, that little curve split at the end, and just the raids, even at the beginning of the game, 5 Huss into 3 and 2. So very, very nice. And we've got the next game coming up here, and it's going to be Mexico and India. Mexico and India.
Mexico.
Excuse me.
This is interesting because I don't see really the game plan from Psionic going for Mexico on this map. This kind of favors India, I would say, for Soldier. Mid-map aggro, maybe contesting the Hacienda, being able to get more cows, which will mitigate the negative XP curve that he gets. And yes, Psionic Mexico, not the greatest civ pick from him. I know personally he doesn't play that civ very, very well. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is what he's going to pick on an OTP map. Probably trying to get as many of these cows on these haciendas, get them fat, get them trickling in resource. But yeah, what are you thinking about this matchup?
I think it's a bit peculiar going for Mexico on a non-TP map. And I will admit, on this map, if you've played it many times or seen it played out a lot of times, the yak distribution is completely random. There's no, like, on Manchuria, you know where, like, the yaks are going to be every time. Like, you can just send your scout shift-click around the map. But on Himalayas Upper, it's kind of like a crapshoot. And I don't think Mexico on the Haciendas is going to get as much value as Psionic might think he will, especially if it's going to be a forward-based war and India just has an aggro fort and can make Gurkhas early on more sustainably. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But we've got the
definitely.
game, and yeah, let's move right on into it.
All right. Let's get into the game. Mind if I take it away?
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of this Playoff 5 series hosted by ESOC TV for the ESOC Premier League on the north side of the map. This beautiful map of Himalayas Upper is the home nation of India, being played by Soldier in the color blue. And on the south side of the map, his opponent today playing in the color red as the Mexicans. Now, this map is a very, very big map, a lot of cliffs, a lot of choke points. This is a map that favors a really, really big fort in the middle to just take the control of it. Um, I practice a lot on this map, Honka, before my tournament series against Dennis. And what we realized is that there's really just a couple of civs that are good on this map. Um, Sweden was one of those civs because look at the spread of the mines on this map. Look at how far away they are from your opponent and from yourself. You can just torp everywhere. Ethiopia, obviously, with the livestock, and India was one of them. But no one thought about playing Mexico on this map because you're kind of forced to play a a very slow tempo H2 against a Civ in India that just outscales you in H2 with a villager per shipment, with consulate units trickling in, with the markets and with the yaks. The yaks are just so humongous for India, you know. Once you get yaks, your XP just gets through the roof. And not only does your opponent not have access to a TP, you yourself have more than a TP because of the yaks. So I know you play a lot of India. How would you feel if you would be in a soldier situation?
I would be feeling pretty good just knowing the matchup. And if we look at Psionic's point of view, he has a 10-10 with Mexico market start. Okay, he does get the house down. I was gonna say I was a little concerned for a moment, but yeah, I mean he's got a couple of yaks. He had a nice spawn with a couple in base. Ooh, he's gonna get stolen here. Nope, just parking the elephant, escorting your yaks back home. There's a massive 120 food treasure in the middle there of just macaques. And for India in particular, that is a really easy treasure to get with the stomp and splash damage hero on the multiple treasure guardians. So that could be potentially something he's identified there. But that being said, Psionic has also seen it. He is going for it though. Maybe. Oh, yep. You gotta go for it big or go home. So Psionic Explorer is he coming back? Potentially, I think
No,
it's gonna be
he's
too
too
late
far away.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
India's
so
just
that's
gonna
gonna be
take this treasure.
huge.
Can we look at the decks real quick for both civs? All right, so if we're looking at the India deck here, quite standard, very nice. 9 Zambarak in H3. You don't really see that all too often nowadays. People prefer the 2 Howdahs there for the 250 food, but 9 Zambarak shows how much of an old school player Soldier is. And on the other hand, we look at this 700 foods,
Wow.
700
Oh.
woods, all the crates, all the shipments, all the units. This is going to be an H2 fest, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm all for it. Let's see if India is going to send the Vil forward, or the only way for India to really kind of sorry for a lack of better words, shit the bed in this game is if he decides to go for an in-base aggro. And if he does, I'm going to be very disappointed because you've got 8 yaks. That is so much XP. You can be trickling in so many unit shipments after unit shipments after
Oh.
unit shipments. He's going to get 10 yaks. He's completely winning the yak war. If he decides to give Mexico the map, it's just going to be incredibly sad. And what are we seeing? Are we seeing an in-base aggro maybe? Or is it an in-base Carney from India? It's an in-base aggro.
Oh.
Okay. This is kind of disappointing by Soldier, but I get the idea. Um, I mean, India seems like a civ that always survives on less hunts than other civs for some very weird reason. Probably because they don't spend food on villagers, right? But Indian hunts always seem to last like absolutely forever. I
I
have no
mean, when you
idea
don't have to
why.
spend 100 food, that builds up over time. So yeah, it is definitely a contributing factor.
Yeah,
And really the only like high kind of food costing unit in H2 is Sepoys. So if you go to Gurkhas or even Zambarak, which it's only 80-80, or Sowers are like 90-90 or something. So like their units don't, other than Sepoys, which is obviously, oh, but yeah, sorry, I thought the Agrifort was like That's a very forward hacienda. That's like within pissing distance of this aggro fort. You're just gonna pop out and just get shot by it. So yeah, Psionic
exactly.
definitely taking the aggression here, but I don't think it's really gonna. I don't think it really works against I think either way, India kind of just wins the forward base war. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
We'll have to
12
see.
Sepoy pretty good, right?
Shake every I hate casting I hate casting your games and I see India and I'm like fuck man like
You know what's the worst thing about it though? Whenever you do cast it, I always win with a 12
I
Sepoy
know
rush.
that's the thing, like I always talk the worst about it and then you win and I'm like, well, all right, I guess I'm just an idiot.
Musquetero, good unit. But no, I have diverged from my ways, but here in this case, it would actually be really good following those 12 sepoys up with like 5 Gorkas to be able to just snipe everything that comes out of the hacienda with a massive 5,000 HP building that you know doesn't just shoot; it shoots area of effect bullets like and like balls. It's just really good. We are seeing Orax coming down from Psionic. I do have to note something. Incredible age one from Soldier. He got 9 yaks.
Yeah.
Not
Or
9. Sorry, he
10
got
yaks,
10
yeah.
yaks. Yeah, there we go. I will be very, very sad to see a sacred field from him. And a big food treasure, a big wood treasure, and yeah, the emphasis is really going to be on to do a lot of damage because if he won't, India is going to start outscaling very quickly, and we see a very greedy opening right here. Oran
Yeah, I'm
logging
not sure how
card
I feel
1.
about that.
Wow.
It
Okay.
it
So
just
let's
slows
switch
you
over to
down.
Psionic.
Yeah, it slows you down too much, I feel. But then again, with his XP curve, he's probably thinking I'm gonna get. I mean, he will have 700 reward right after that, so not gonna be a bad idea. He's shipping Chinacos after 700 coin, trying to make soldados here. The coin hasn't hit the ground yet, so he's got to furiously pick up these crates in base to get a batch of soldados.
Oh, 1 second. Can we pause the game maybe really quick for
Oh,
the
it's
about this really quickly? Because on Discord
okay.
it isn't lagging. I think it's a S thing maybe.
Yeah, no, it's not lagging for me either.
Oh, it's about this really quickly.
That's odd.
Because on Discord
Okay.
it isn't lagging. I think it's a S thing maybe.
Can you take a look at your like the FPS output and stuff? They're
So
saying the
let's just keep
streaming
going.
FPS is only 10 FPS right now. Let's
Oh,
see if it changes in a moment. If it doesn't, chat, let us know, and we will take a look.
yeah, W's in the chat, guys. W's in the chat. Let's get them rolling.
All right. Yeah, I guess just give it a roll real quick, and let's see if that helped with the pause. I'm watching now live. So Shake, just continue with the commentary for a moment.
Yeah, I'm also. It looks a bit better now, right? Okay, yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is good. Just looking like an all-in rush kind of for Psionic. 700 coin for shipment into Chinacos. He's really gonna try and timing India, but I don't I'm stumbling and mumbling because I'm trying to my brain is having a freeze trying to think of how Mexico breaks through an aggro TC Minutemen and units right now. Especially with this incredibly expensive soldados. The macro has to be on point as well, but Mexico doesn't really have the eco for it. If we're switching over to the perspective of Soldier, I think he's more than well equipped to handle this right now. Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
enough
he's got
resources
5
for a
Gurkhas.
Minuteman. He's got 5 Gurkhas, so he's just not gonna die to soldados. The aggro is gonna take absolutely forever to try and take down. And yeah, he's gonna go in right now with these Chinacos, but the Minutemen are gonna be popped. There are explorers here who are gonna tank for days. Sepoys are also in melee trying to do their best. Already a Chinaco and a half going down, and the melee Minutemen are even collapsing on the Soldados, not even going for the Chinacos. Chinacos are being scared away right now. And yeah, look at how much res Psionic's kind of losing right here just to this aggro fort standing and shooting. And yeah, I mean, Soldados are very tanky, don't get me wrong, but once they lose all that much Oh, I forgot it's a DE save. He has an explorer to heal them up. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, no, that I feel like going 700 coin into, and now he's going 600 coin. I feel like 5 villagers would have been a much better choice to try and get sustainable production versus just crates, and units. Particularly because you won't have the option to age up or pivot into like cav or something else. 300 export coming in now. The consulate is trying to go down. Goes down instantly to the siege, the high siege of the soldados. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well for Soldier here.
It is, and I want you to look at the shipment curve of India. Look at how quick all these shipments are coming in. Not quick enough though, because he could have had a sacred field by now with 4. So please drop that thing.
Yeah, and he
Make it
has
happen.
300 extra wood. And this is why I would have liked to see the 700 wood first, because then you could get the Sacred Field down, really buff and benefit from the full rate. But anyways, we do see the Chinakos trying to get in onto the Explorers, the Sentries and Elephants doing a nice job. I'd like to see him use the Agrifort onto the Cav to just finish that off, because these Gurkhas can just kite for days. Nice stomp there, getting a snare and a stun on 2 of the low HP Soldados. 4 sepoys about to pop. Oh,
right?
man. Nice
Sepoys
pop
with their
there.
high hand
Yeah.
attack also, like, look at how much damage. They're kind of standing and fighting with these soldados. They're not really scared of them, are they?
Yeah, that was a nice little snare as well to get the Gurkhas into range on the other side of the Agrifort. More sepoys being made, and, you know, why not? You see Rax, and you know, you have to know that he's had to have sent coin, and here comes the Sacred Field. Oh, look at that gorgeous cow. Look at that gorgeous cow. He's going to time this with a 5 sepoy rush here. Maybe get sowers behind it. That would be nice to see. What is his alliance on the consulate? I don't think we saw that. Okay, he's
It's
going
gonna
for
be
Brit here.
Brit.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because it's going to give him the high HP to the breaking point of where sepoys just are kind of scary, to be honest. And then he has enough export as well to time the sepoy push with redcoats. That could be really nice.
Yeah, it is looking really nice, and that kind of early greed that he did with the foreign logging is kind of paying off right now, because his villagers are able to transition themselves on other resources, and he's managing to get full batches out.
Absolutely.
Now, I would like to see better, like the distribution go differently, especially with all these hunts running low and Indian units not being all that food heavy, because the villagers, you know, they don't cost food, as we said before. But yeah, I think Soldier is in an incredibly solid position right now. If he just wants to ship the redcoats and just right click the Mexican base, I don't think there's really much that Psionic can do about it.
2 more not. No, those weren't healed. Excuse me, those were healed up. That's right. I keep forgetting. Ha 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 ha. That's such a cool unit ability. I guess India has it too, but not as good as the Padre. So,
No.
Yeah. Anyways,
2 European explorers are not 2A. Like Asian explorers, you know.
Can we take a
Even
look
though I
over at
hate elephants.
Psionic's point of view real quick? I just want to see what he's been cooking up here. So he's on 25 villagers. He's not really going to be able to. Yeah, his eco just doesn't. It's not sustainable to produce Cav and Soldado batches.
Yeah.
Both very coin-intensive units. So
I mean, one thing we have to note that if Soldier doesn't age, or right click, and he just lets Psionic eat up all of the map, then it's not really bad for Psionic what's happening right now. But knowing Soldier and knowing how he's feeling right now, he's he's got sore, so he is actually going to try and go for a timing attack.
yeah,
Either one is fine, right? An age up or a timing attack. Sitting in base and doing nothing and waiting for a push is kind of the worst thing you can do here. You kind of have to make a decision, because if you right click, you probably win the game. If you age, you also probably win the game, but more conservatively. And we all know Soldier. Soldier is not one for conservative things, right? He wants to win with style points as well. He doesn't want to just win. He's probably casting right now. That's what I hate about Soldier. You're probably losing to him, sweating, and he's in the background. Hey YouTube, what's up? You just want to kill yourself, you know. But yeah, that's probably what Soldier's thinking about right now. How do we YouTube this game?
has in the chat saying Soldier reached a level 3 home city. I would like to point out that the Soldier with the capital R is his Smurf account. The Soldier lowercase r is his non-Smurf account, I believe. just looking at the match history here. But yes, congratulations to Soldier on the level 3 home city. I know he hasn't played India much ever before, so really, really solid gameplay display here for his first India game.
Exactly. So yeah, this is a Soldier playing actually from his off, so it has the same name basically, so it doesn't really matter. Now, one thing I want to note: this the skirmisher switch, the saltiodor switch from Mexico, isn't all that bad, and if he can add more saltiodors and kind of zone off the sowars with his musketeers, with his big boy musketeer soldados actually, so he's not in a bad situation. These soldados count as 2 musketeers each, so if you calculate it, he's around about on tiers right now, which really isn't bad. And um, Soldier is kind of making the mistake of staying in H2, which I don't understand why he should. And at the same time, Psionic, though, is kind of making the mistake of pushing his base instead of just backing off and massively waiting for either a timing push or aging himself. So yeah, I'm just scared for Psionic that he won't get caught anywhere, whether it is on the left or right side, because yeah, okay, this massive Gurkha is just becoming way too big. And there we go, 700 coin coming in.
Massive.
He doesn't even need the 700 coin at this point. You just sell a little bit of food and you start aging already. The macros.
Yeah, I would like to see him save that shipment, to be honest. He probably will cancel.
There we go.
A little bit of cheeky raiding here and there going on while he's pushing that house. But yeah, what is he going to age up here with? It's going to be the Charminar Gate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
all right.
Finally, I've seen so many Tower of Victories, and like I never understood why you go for Tower of Victory. Charminar Gate gives you not only a map, yes, the wood, but like having a Mahout on age up and the ability to get Mansabdar units, like combat card for every single unit that India has. It's just so much more valuable than Tower of Victory, in my opinion. And I'm happy to see Soldier picking what is probably the right age up here. And you know, Mexico and overscoring Civ because of the Hacienda, being forced K score down to India. That is an underscore Civ when play with an agrafort with sorry, not an agrafort, with Carnimata. Carnimata, there we go. Yeah, when they don't have a Carnimata, they do score quite heavily. So seeing Soldier 4K score up right now is not good news for Psionic, but very good news for Soldier and Baron. That is probably going to be very happy to seeing his player take the win this game, probably.
I would like to see another military production building from Soldier. 1, to just get the veterancy upgrades, but 2, he look at how much food and coin he's floating here. He could have been producing so many units from double racks and really just capitalize on Sepoy Gurkha, or just whatever he wants, even add in a stable for elephant production. Okay, we do see another building coming down now. The Mahout pops out, and he's already got another shipment, so I do think he canceled the 700 coin. Yeah, he did. Okay,
Mahouts. Boom, boom.
3 Mahouts.
That's basically
elephantini.
It's just basically a 4-man shipment, isn't it? Like with area effect.
They're wide boys, you know. It could be interesting given the agrafort placement in the trees there, very close proximity as well. Chinako's coming in to try and pressure some of the villagers. And, oh, this tree positioning, he's going to posture here for the Mahouts to kind of get a good pop. Is it going to be tasty? Let's see. Oh, Psionic, be careful. You're 30 seconds up in H3. Your opponent's been there for... Oh, no! Here comes the Mahouts. They're popping, but they're popping onto the Soldados. Soldados immediately going into melee. Chinako's also kind of countering cavalry. 2 Mahouts do kind of pop out onto the Salteadors here.
As
Sepoys and
said very smartly, Hongpa, more stuff wins.
And the Mahout is doing absolute work on the Salteadors. Sepoys and Redcoats in melee chasing down the Chinakos and now trying to snare onto the Salteadors. So many Gurkhas in the backline just doing absolute damage. Agrafort also been raining down fire the entire time. Looking like a clean game here. Up now. A significant amount of score, and he calls GG.
Yeah, very good game right here by Soldier. Very nice H1. It kind of feels like that H1 that he played almost flawlessly, just carried over into H2. Regardless of the positioning of the aggro, you know, in the beginning I was thinking, okay, go for the FB war and whatnot, but I'm kind of reconsidering and saying, like, why? Just play it conservatively. You know you're ahead. You know Mexico's gonna have to push you. So just do you, and he did that, and look, he came out on top, and he brought one back for MDS, and the score between CMC and NDS is still neck and neck. Don't forget, this is a very important series between these two teams. This might decide who gets left out for the potential finals berth right now.
Yeah, huge game. Let's take a look at the post-game statistics really quickly. Or actually, no, excuse me. Yeah, let's. We're in the other game. Yeah, so we've got the other game. So it's going to be Otto and Italy for the next game here. Now I know you're an Otto and Italy enjoyer. What do you think? Who would you rather be in this matchup, Shake?
You would always rather be the civ that you pay for, right? But I think in this case it's probably Auto because you have the flexibility of being able to play H2. So what I would like to do with Auto is probably go for a jam rush here. There's this build that we call the build, which is the 3 vills capitalism, 5 vills build, Jan Rush for Auto, where later on with the 700 wood you add a table, and you kind of like triple produce out of 3 military buildings, like double Jan, 5 delis, you know? And that kind of can catch Italy off guard. Italy quite susceptible to H2 gameplay, and Auto is very equipped to deal with it. Later on, aging up as well with more tempo, with more momentum. And on the map that we're going to play, Florida, not Florida, excuse me, Finland, if Auto decides to go for water gameplay, Italy also will probably struggle with it. So I think the ball is in Auto's court. The ball is definitely in Auto's court. How would you rate it, Pampa?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that Auto just kind of controls the tempo of the game. They can do whatever they want. And it's also a nice added option that they have the ability to go water. There's also some decent TP opportunities. Although, that being said, I do believe that the trading post line is shared with your opponent. You upgrade one, you upgrade them all. So the one waterline TP could be upgraded. But opportunity for Jan Abbas play. Lots of gold mines for Auto to go 3 TC on the sides there and just kind of spam Abbas the entire game. Compositionally, I think that... Although, that being said, you know, there is the opportunity for Papal Lancers, of course, and the Toot Skirms, the Bersagliere, very fun units to play against. But, you know, I kind of hope it comes down to a Papal Bombard, Great Bombard. Who has the bigger cannon? Put it down on the table. Let's compare cannons, right? I think that would be a really fun kind of game.
Yeah. Just the problem is the rate of fire. They can only go 1 round.
1 round and 10-minute recharge.
Exactly. But yeah, in summary, I would rather be Auto here. So let's take it away. Why do I keep calling you Baron? I think it's just a racist thing. But anyways,
I mean, we are one the same Mandarin and Duck Squad. Okay, so welcome to Finland. We got the Mandarin Duck Squad over Soldier, the color blue in the north. Okay, and he's gonna be spawning in as the Ottomans. He's declining the free chopping treasure. I like to crack shot that and then just go straight for the TP after. I think that is just a nice little benefit to have forget the percentage on it for chopping wood, but it is what it is. Also going for a mosque. Yeah, that is a good point chosen. This TP is slower. I do like going for this one though because it's safer, right? Now
Oh my
his
God.
opponents. Can we take a look over at
Did you see that
Psionic's
run
page?
around? Did you see that run around?
Yeah,
did?
let's not talk about DE pathing.
I
yeah.
would have just resigned there. Just ask for a re. Honestly, oh my God.
All right, so yeah, nice getting hunting dogs right away. Very important to get that early. I'm not sure if Psionic knows like the villager macro for Italy where you just have to spam. Okay, yeah, he's got to pick up that food crate and spam all of the villagers quickly, and then you search all the market text but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So yeah, invoice gold mine for Italy, kind of nice. Not gonna lie, just having that 5K coin. We were talking earlier about the matchup. I do agree I'd rather be Auto. I think I'd rather be Auto versus most civs. I know there's going to be some people in the chat who are going to be getting their tier lists out, their personal tier list, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's take a look at the decks. Ooh! Big soldier going the water schooners. None of the sublime port stuff. Let's take a look over at Psionic real quick. Standard kind of anti-water deck almost. Interesting that he has steel bolts and the Pavisier card in H3. I don't like
Oh
that.
yes. You're
Okay.
gonna like it, believe me.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I'm telling
Maybe.
you. I've seen Psionic. Sorry for interrupting you there, but I've seen
Yeah.
Psionic play this as Italy, and he will
hmm
play H2 heavy. Um, he's planning on playing this in H2. He believes that he's found a strat with Italy that is like uber broken in H2. Now I wonder how it will play out against Auto, especially fueled by water economy and the ability to add Abus. But I know that the build is strong. Let's just say it like that.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. I haven't really seen too much Pavisier play. I know some players have experimented with it, but I think just the opportunity to go Bersagliere is pretty solid. He goes. So we do see Soldier going for an 8 out of 10 capitalism build instead of the Schooners card 1. Okay, so maybe just a fortress kind of play, add Schooners later to boom. Psionic going for a 90 coin treasure here. Um, Now, one of the things to note on this map as well are, of course, the beauteous European natives. But before we take a look at that, let's see. Soldiers aging up with the quartermaster. All right. Psionic, he's not quite close to aging up. And this is what I was kind of talking about earlier with the macro of queuing 10 out of 10 villagers and then getting the market techs to age up in a prompt time. But it can sometimes be hard getting hunting dogs in first, and, just depending on the age 1 treasures, it's kind of really just luck based on how fast your Italy age up 1 time is.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I'm noting right now is we didn't see schooners being shipped for a soldier. Do you think maybe he's ill prepared for this and he just took any water deck that he has just for anti-water potential and just rolled with it? I find that hard to believe, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it could just also be a bait. Also, real quick, Chosen, can you turn up Shake's volume a little bit, please? He's a little low. We do see Psionic here going for a trading post, and he's clicking up here with, I assume, the governor, unless he decides something else. Yep, so that's going to be the governor. All right. So it's really, I'm really more curious to see. So we do see it. I have to ask Shake in the build that Psionic does. Oh, we do see some vills coming from Auto. For Italy, does he do in base racks or does he go mid map or what does he kind of
Oh,
do with
you
that?
definitely go mid map. You go mid
Yeah,
map,
with
you
him.
go double racks, and you just go ham, right? But the thing is that you're not going to get a full 5 gen batch in the beginning.
Oh no,
Because
I'm saying from Italy's perspective, not
from Italy.
soldiers.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, like with the build that he did.
Italy can kind of do both, right? Like you can go forward if you see your opponent's being passive, and you can also stay behind if you see that your opponent is going to rush you, which is in this case probably what we're going to see out of Soldier right now. Italian Explorer in Soldier's base right now, so he is seeing the wood, but he's probably wondering why he's still not seeing a dock. So he's probably suspecting that there's something going on right here. If we can switch over to his perspective, I would like to see if he's finding out. Ooh, so okay, so Soldier is actually doing the build. So if I'm not mistaken, if we switch over to Soldier's perspective, um, he is shipping 5 vills. He's getting steel traps. And if we look at his deck, I wonder if he shipped capitalism. Yes, he has shipped capitalism. But he's just doing the build without the 3 vills, so the less greedy version of the build. But the fake out is real. And yeah, what are you thinking, Honka?
I don't like that for 2 reasons. One, on this map, right? Giving up the 3 vills to have schooners in deck as kind of a bait is not really useful because this water's already scouted. Like, at any time, you can scan the entire shoreline and just make sure that none of the fish are being eaten. So giving up the 2 vills just as a bait seems like I don't know, it just seems bad to me. But he does save the card, of course, and now he's going to go for the coin crates. Jan in queue from one of the racks is... Second rack's almost down here. Did Psionic... Can we look at Psionic's line of sight? Did he see that racks with the villager?
Um, he didn't. No,
Oh,
he
he
didn't manage to see it.
hasn't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe if he's like that, if he's got that close attention to detail to notice that there's a snow square instead of a kind of like blended terrain, then good for him. Then
Yeah, exactly. But regardless of if he noticed it or not, like we are still seeing him queue a lot of musketeers, right? Outpost wagon going forward. Okay, now this is bad because the Jans could pop and just take out this outpost wagon.
oh
There we go. The
boy.
Jans do pop and they're gonna take out the outpost and cannot even place on this ice, so he's not even gonna be able to buy like a couple of
Oh,
seconds of
that's
time.
yeah, the ice there, and that's one of the things. Yeah, might lose this Ville too if the explorer is able to catch up, but I maybe not with the trees there. Yeah, spamming houses. Does he have a military building in base? He does. He is queuing musketeers. Okay. But yeah, losing that tower, I feel like in this matchup is so critical. But oh, he has some racks on the side over there. What? He's going for the counter push. I feel like that's kind of a danger. Okay, he's not. He's not. Okay. All right. This feels so odd. Like architect side racks after the
Ooh, and look at these exposed villagers as well on the bottom side of Italy's map. Like these vills are completely out of range of the TC, and
Yeah,
if
that's
somehow
scary.
by luck Soldier manages to find these vills, they're all gonna be toast. Ooh, Croatian company coming in. Okay, 6 Krabats and 7 Schiavoni are gonna be really good now. Soldier, for some reason, is just right-clicking the TC, not knowing that Psionic has a Rax, not knowing that Psionic is shipping a mercenary shipment. Now, this actually plays into Psionic's favor, and I think Psionic's realizing because he's not trying to pick off the reinforcement. He just wants to right-click this Ottoman mass once he comes a bit too close to the TC and just overcommits. And this could be an actual cleanup for Italy here if Soldier isn't going to be careful enough. Yeah, 5 musketeers are already coming in. Probably gonna sell 100 food. There we go. He sold 100 food to get enough units, resources for Minutemen. And as soon as the Minutemen are coming in with these mercenaries and these 5 musketeers, this is gonna be really bad news for these Janissaries.
Yeah, here comes the Minutemen pop. Let's see how well the Corvettes and Schiavone do. Oh, and the Musketeers on the other side coming in. TC Fire still doing 90 damage. Musketeers going into melee to snare some of the Janissaries. Corbats and Minutemen doing a lot of damage in the backline. Schiavone, not the highest multipliers, but still getting a lot of damage, and the Janissaries are just getting absolutely melted here.
Yeah, and this is the H2 build that I was talking about with Psionic. He likes to ship these mercenary shipments. He likes to have a couple of musketeers as well in the mix. And like these Krabats now with their upgrades and these Schiavonis are just going to be able to kite these poor little Janissaries forever. That Explorer just being pesky over there. Just, it is so annoying when you have a constantly triggers your alarm bell for you're being attacked, you know, and it's probably arguably even better than having that Explorer in fight because it just diverts soldier attention these attacks.
Yeah, he brings
Janissaries
5
to go.
Jans over to kill that Explorer, actually, but that was from the shipment, yeah, so now I will say, though, looking at this mass, like, if 10 more Jans pop out here and then the 5 come from the shipment, a lot of those Minutemen are probably low HP now, and here comes the pop. The Corbats also only have 8 range, so they will not be able to kite, and oh, some Jans is popping from both sides. They snare all of them with Schiavone up at the top, and Jans are melee units, baby. They are just chopping and slicing up some of those units at the top. Corbats getting caught out as well.
Yeah, it's such unfortunate positioning and kind of the pathing around that Eric's is kind of messing up all these Schiavones and Musketeers, and they're all going down. Krabats are doing a very nice job trying to micro these Janissaries. 5 Janissaries going down for 2 Krabats. All of the Schiavones and Musketeers out there are dead, and Otto being higher scored than Italy at this point in the game is really, really, especially knowing that Otto isn't going for a high eco. This
Yeah.
this is quite a low eco build, even though he did open with 5 Jans, not having 3, not having water. Oh my god, my mic is cutting out a little bit. So excuse me. I know that there's people in the chat that probably don't want to hear me, but yeah. Yeah, and now all these vills from
Yeah, he needs these
incredibly.
reinforcements to come in,
Look at
but
this,
yeah,
look
the
at how many.
Vills. Oh man, he's just getting peppered here. Is he gonna lose the Architect? Okay, he decides to go for the Musketeers and finish those off. These Corbats are really gonna need to get a hero raid. We do see, what is he shipping? Paviziers there? Yeah, he is. Okay. acrobats and melee on villagers. Oh man. And a lot of
Georgia
musketeers
asking-
here. This is nice.
Ooh, actually, yeah, this is a big counter raid right now, and Otto is gonna lose. Reinforcement of Jans isn't coming in for a while. Now these Crabats need to go for the vills that are running away, right? Like, stop chasing these vills and go for these other vills.
Oh, this could be dangerous though. He's gonna get popped on again by the Janissaries.
Yeah, but there's
It's
not
gonna
a
be a
big
big
batch
pop.
coming, and there's a lot of crossbows in behind for Italy. If he can bring these crossbows and these Crabats in to fight, like, he can be fine. He's trying to focus anyways on the Jans on the side, and now the Jans on the front, in the middle, are having a field day against these Musketeers. But again, a big reinforcing batch is coming, and he has to retreat. Scores are equaling up. That counter raid from Psionic was absolutely deadly, and these crossbows are just chasing the Janissaries away, and we're being all over the map right now. Currently, 700 or 600 wood is being saved.
Oh man, but the musketeers are getting cut off from the reinforcements. But then again, the Pavisiers are coming from the backside to catch on.
Yeah, who's countering who right now? And
They're both catching each other. Otto is now on 18 villagers, though. Look at this. How many villagers is Psionic on? The musketeers are going down, though. He's on 21. This is such a close game.
yeah, but Psionic now shipping coin. That's a resource crate that's very, very valuable, right? You can decide either I'm gonna age with this or keep on making units. You probably keep making units in the face of double. But
Yeah.
you need to remember that Italy can still somewhat boom behind this if you start shipping Lombards. And I'm really sad for Soldier right now that he decided not to eventually go for the Schooners build and water, because water would have paid off so much right now, because you add a third unit, you add a second unit, and you add Avis. This game is just wraps, right, with Avis?
Yeah, I mean, so if we did see at Otto's TC, there was wood on the ground. What is he going to ship here? So now he's pivoting into schooners. I feel like starting with that would have been just much better, especially skipping 3 vills and trying to do an Otto Jan build. Like, it feels like he kind of had 2 conflicting ideas and tried to fake out Psionic, but kind of ended up messing himself up in the process of that. Crabats here trying to pick up more villagers. They've been getting a lot of value on these raids, just diverting attention and just getting value. Trying to push into these Raxes now, so...
Very risky push. Like, he doesn't know if units
yeah.
are being killed right there. And he
This,
knows
yeah,
he's getting
again,
outclassed.
being very risky here. It's been caught out a couple of times, but actually no units being queued from Soldier, so this actually might work out for him. Making more Pavisiers now.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the sad part for Italy is that the Broken Lance Company is kind of useless, right? Except for tanking a lot of the Jan shots, they don't really kill Jans, and it's kind of the only unit being made right now. Dock going down for Ottoman right now. Schooners is in, so Otto is going to diversify onto the water right now. 5 vills for Italy. If we switch over to Otto's perspective, he is currently on 21 vills plus capitalism. So the eco is kind of similar. I mean, capitalism in for Italy as well. So ahead. But now, finally, with schooners and the wood coming in, probably Otto is going to outscale a little bit. Delhi being mixed in as well will be really deadly. Must cost, but like auto version.
Yeah,
must cost,
super
like,
must
steroided
cost.
must cost. Yeah, like they're gonna do absolutely fine against whatever it's. Ooh, a couple.
That's a nice corner
That's
raid again. The
So
Corbats.
much value. Yeah, psionic raids. Just wow. See.
Looks like he's also making a push with his infantry mass up the middle. The Delhi are going to come over, though, and they have more speed than the Corbats, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the push is coming out. This is so risky, though, because you also have the auto Bashabuziks that could pop out. I mean, he does know that he has destroyed both Raxes, so getting the infrastructure down, he doesn't have any racks, so he's only going to be able to produce Delis here. But he sees the Jan mass now, and yeah, he's gonna. Looks like he's gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
but the
thing I've
Minutemen are
noticed-
called now. I feel like that was a missed timing there. He should have timed that with his units, and the Minutemen are just gonna be
Yeah.
picked up pretty quickly there.
Just one thing I've noticed about Psionic's gameplay is very susceptible to just getting caught out. Like, he overextends so much into the opponent's base, and he, on one side he's very aggressive, right? And he doesn't want to breathe. Maybe he was thinking soldiers aging to 84. To H3, excuse me, but yeah, like he always runs the risk of getting absolutely right clicked. But now we see, okay, we are seeing an age up with the adventurer, which is going to get more crossbows. So Italy is going up to the next stage, and rendering plant coming in
On
for
4 boats.
four boats.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I mean,
mean,
it's
if we
not
take a look
bad.
at his cards, like, I don't know really what
Yeah,
else he sends. He's already sent all of his crates, right? So it is
yeah,
the most feasible card at this point, I think.
it is, and he's gonna add more and more boats regardless, and these boats are gonna be better than regular. So at the end of the day, it's just gonna be worth it, right? Like once he gets
Mm.
the first fishing upgrade as well, plus rendering supercharged. So it's not that bad. But the bad thing right now is that he's hard stuck in H2. He's nowhere near aging right now. And if Italy manages to get to H3 comfortably, ship Falconets maybe, and get veterancy on his units, then it could be a real pickle for Ottoman. Because if he just ships Falcons right now and doesn't get vet or any reinforcement, Ottoman is just going to right click him because the amount of units that he has right now is sufficient to do a lot of damage. But oh my god, this deli rate can absolutely be humongous. If Psionic does not pay attention here, he is going to lose at least 10 villagers right here. Oh my god, there's 11 villagers, and Soldier is just missing the
Oh, I
raid.
don't think he scouted the edge of the map, because here,
He's
take a look at
not,
his
and he's backing
POV.
up. Oh my
Oh, he
god,
doesn't
this is
see
so
the herd. Oh, that's massive. That's massive. Always do your scouting. Lionheart's top tip of the day. Always scout the back of your opponent's base so you can see their hunts. I mean,
Oh
that's
my
actually game
god.
losing there, but he's going to find 4 more villagers over here.
Yeah, but they're kind of near the Italian 2 vills over there. Like, it's not the same calamity as losing at this stage of the game.
Yeah, right. Definitely not. But yeah, he does have the threat of Cav now. And he needs to buy himself as much time with these Cav raids and just run this infantry amass around so he can get his fish boom going, so he can get his economy rolling, start making more units, or look to age up potentially. He is on 1 dock currently, so it is going to take quite a bit of time for that to pay off for him. Although schooners with the increase or reduced train time, that will be very helpful for him. But yeah, Delhi's just being produced, and he's just gonna go right clickerino this base.
Yeah.
The Pavisiers are
mean,
not with the Musks right now, though. I'd like to see him kind of pull those forces together, because especially when you know there's a bunch of cav out on the field, like that could be scary. But
Yeah, that's true.
Musketeers go forward.
Do we have Falconets out on the field? We don't yet. In the Italian base right now, do we have a raid by Dally's Neighbors, or is that just the Explorer there being a nuisance?
That's, yeah, just the Explorer. Oh no,
Oh,
there is a
ever
raid.
Delhi.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah,
Okay.
just with Delhi.
Psionic again pushing in with units that aren't as great without. This kind of can be dangerous, but again, this is a good time to push right now because you know that your opponent's hard stuck so far. You know that you have veteran seats. You kind of want to force a fight. All these villagers are getting caught. Okay, but ooh, Delhi's coming in from behind.
Yeah,
okay,
and
more Delhi's being produced from the stable right now. Delhi's everywhere. Musketeers are going in melee. Villagers are being pulled into the fight right now. The Pavisiers are running for their lives right. It's an absolute nightmare for Psionic to try and micro this because he just doesn't have the sufficient amount of anti-cap to deal with these cavalry units. Even though he's done an absolutely great job focusing down the cavalry, there's just too much stuff out on the floor. Yes, Italy is still ahead in score. It's kind of an overinflation, but this fight has gone absolutely great for Ottoman, at least positioning-wise, because the micro is, wow, it's like Psionic. Like, I'm glazing right now, but his ability to get relatively unscathed and still have a large proportion of his army leave this battle. Absolutely fascinating.
I mean, yeah, the problem there was he was kiting towards the TC, and I mean, this is really rough for him. And again, there's 2 idle architects there, and the Delhi's going to keep attacking those. And nice micro from Soldier, just moving his cav in and out, dwindling down the musketeer mass. He did lose a lot of Delhis, but then again, like, the Pavisiers are all dead, and this is still a healthy mass of Janissaries that can just right-click onto the Falconets that are coming. And he's snaring with the Delhis, great job. And okay, he's bringing that Delhi over. Falconets are now identified. And
yeah, but
he's gonna run the Delhi's.
Delhi,
Yeah.
yeah, like he just unpacks, he shoots, but he needs to shoot.
And
like,
again, yeah, he needs to shoot.
He doesn't notice it. Like he's gonna
another
lose
Delhi
the
coming
Falconet.
over. Another
He's gonna
full
lose the
HP
Falconet.
Delhi.
Oh my god, a Falk goes down to like 2 delis, and the second one is gonna go down as well
Oh,
because
no.
these Jans are in stagger mode and the delis just hammering on it. And
Doesn't
oh my
even get a
god, he
shot
got
off.
0 value! Oh no,
Oh man, and all
Psionic.
the Jans are gonna walk forward now.
Oh no, Psionic. I have never seen this guy get good value on Falconets ever in my entire life. Like he's he's just not allowed to ship Falcons ever in his life again. Ever. Like
Just take it
stop
out of his
shipping
deck.
just take it out of your deck at this point. Like it's absolutely useless. Like we lost two Falcons to a Deli and a
Something
half.
to, oh,
like,
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but something to note is that Psionic never repaired the TC. It's still on half HP. He's trying to repair it now. The Janissaries are coming in, and there's not enough Musketeers to defend this here. Now, if you all of a sudden we blinked, and Soldier's on 45 villagers now. The fish is fully taking off on the economy. Look at the res he's stacking here. And it feels like he got into a really good position. The deli raids bought him so much time. Ran Psionic around the map, and then he had a great pop, a great surround to kind of clean up the units there. More cav coming in.
oh my god,
It's
but
looking
is he
like a
gonna
really good
spot the
position.
villagers this time on the top end? No, he isn't because he doesn't have the line of sight on that hunt probably. How did the Musketeers get over there? Okay, so the Musketeers kind of did a switcheroo. He's looking for villagers, but he's not finding it right now with the delis. If he's gonna go north, he's gonna find so many Italian vills, and this is the game that Psionic is playing usually, but Soldier is adapted well to this gameplay. Like Soldier's APM himself is like really high. Like he can do this runaround game all day long with Psionic. Yes, Psionic is slightly better at it, but Psionic's not going to win games running Soldier around on the map, right? Soldier he's just a really good player. He's not just going to lose to that. And saying this, he's aging and he's on 47 villagers right now, Hunk. But look at how that water eco is paid off, and now that rendering
Yeah.
plant is actually looking really, really good.
Uh-oh,
Italy right
the
now
Architects.
is yeah, the architects can get caught out. Musketeers are coming in support though, so the oh no, but he's drag boxing these musketeers and they're going back to join the larger body of musketeers. But anyways, they're safe. So 31 villagers for Italy right now, and if we switch over, I want to see the stats on these fishing boats from
He
Auto.
did get long lines as well. Look at
Look
that,
at this
1.17 food.
1.17, and the coin as well is at 0.85. Like they're better than villagers at this point.
Yeah, they're going to be untouched. Oh, wait, no, look at the water. 2 boats are on the water, it looks like. Yeah, he did ship the frigate, so the frigate is coming in, the age-up galley, and he created a galley as well, so he's going to need to make another boat in response. That galley could go down. Yeah, it's going to go down.
Yeah, one galley is going to go down, but the galley actually does more damage than the frigate. That one galley that remains is going to probably kill that frigate, if we can see. If you just stand and
It's
fight.
going to take
oh, no.
3 galleys there, yeah. Oh, but now he's shipping 3 galleys to secure it fully. Nice muskraids going on all over the map as well in the base here. Catching out this entire massive Janissaries, and really Soldier just not spotting those resources on the periphery of the map is killing him right now. These delis are idle. They're running around looking for villagers to kill, but there's nothing there.
The problem for Psionic really is that like he loves his raids, but the problem he's losing the water. So, and the majority of Auto's really good eco is on the water. So, with these 3 galleys coming in as well, he's never ever. And look at this, 2 big boy shots from these galleys are just gonna take down this frigate. And that last galley that was still low HP from the last fight wasn't focused down, and now the galleys are taking sides. And yes, Psionic, he is very good at raids. He himself is very susceptible to raids because his vills are just spread everywhere, and there's only so much he can do with this attention. And Soldier, I must say, has been playing this game absolutely exquisitely the longer it went.
Yeah.
He is learning from his
yeah.
mistakes, and APM is upped, and he is on everything and on point, and it's an absolute joy to watch him play right now.
Boy, we got some shitters in the chat. Gus the Elo. I guess I can't say shitters because it's Haza, and Ketterboy, but you know. Anyways. I really, and yeah, now with the 4 galleys here, going to be able to do a lot of shoreline damage. It's going to, oh, and they're going to go onto the musketeers as well. Are they going to get big shots off? No, but still, yeah, that's going to be very nice. He's going to secure the water completely.
Yeah, he is, and look at this. Like score-wise, Auto is up on Italy. Italy is like super inflated score-wise, and yeah, more fishing boats are being close to 50 villagers, 33 villagers right now for Italy. But if you're Psionic, like what do you do? Like, do you just keep botting into full musketeers against Jans? Like, it's never ever gonna work for you. So you need
Yeah,
a
and
different unit to try and win this game, and Soldier is queuing up Falconets right now.
yeah, I did see Psionic queuing Falconets, and he does have 4 there, which is very nice. But I feel like with his deck is so heavily oriented. He has 2 Age 3 cards dedicated to Beviziers, but he lost them all in that push. So yeah, some more idle time with the delis. That's quite nice. Now sending the Financiers card for a split of food and coin. It's going to be going around towards the periphery edge, but there's nothing there from Soldier. 3 Falconets. Is he going to get the 4th? I think he will, yeah.
He's most likely gonna get the fourth.
Oh, no, he's housed. Okay, yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it, yeah.
Yeah, he's
So-
just gonna sell a couple of resources to get it. Hopefully, Soldier. Oh my God, Soldier. God damn it! I
But
hate
look at
people
this.
that refuse to sell on the market. What is your beef with the market? Just sell, dude. It's an extra Falc. It's not efficient. I don't care. It's an extra Falc. Just do it.
But look at this, though. Enderin School now coming in. That's going to be a very nice... These Jans are going to be absolutely Tankosaurus Rexes against these unupgraded veteran Musketeers.
Yeah.
The Rax is getting targeted now. Might lose a couple of Vills there. But the positioning...
No.
Yeah, the positioning here is going to be... Oh, the angle he's attacking from. He's behind his base again. Oh, but he's not unpacking. He's going to lose some Falcon. That's instant.
Oh no, Soldier! This is not the micro you want, Soldier.
No!
Soldier! What are we doing?
He's making
We haven't-
culverins. Just waits.
We haven't shot. Okay, we finally shot, but like Jans just.
Oh
go
my
forward,
god.
right? Yeah, Jans go forward,
Yeah.
and it's the
Yeah,
game's
Enderin
over.
School is in. Yeah, yeah.
Jan combat, Jans go forward, Jans go into artillery. Dude, these could have been heavy cannons and they wouldn't have given a shit.
Didn't even need the Falconets. Just Zed move with Jans and just walk forward. Jan press W and he's just gonna kite into the corner of the map. Psionic is gonna get so trapped here.
You should all change your attack move to J when you play.
Jed move.
Yeah, just Jan move. Look
Jan
at the
move.
splits. Oh my god, dude. You know what the sad part is? Jans are supposed to be like high tanking, low attack units, but with Jan combat, they have more attack.
They have 20% age 3 card, 20% in age 3. Like, what is that? 301 HP, 28 ranged attack.
It's
Oh,
because,
man.
yes, Jans, Allahu Akbar, will be fine.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Exactly. And yeah, like Jans are just gonna walk forward, and at this point, you can make whatever unit you want, and it's not gonna matter. I remember once playing a game against Only Boss where I had 40 Corollians and 25 Jaegers that were kiting, mind you, against 65 Jans, and I got absolutely.
Sounds like a
wiped.
skill issue, honestly. You should probably try to play TTM more. I've heard that's good to like get your micro up. You should try it.
Obliterated. No TTM in the world would win that. Absolutely right clicked.
Oh.
And yes, as Baron is saying, this is 2600 elo 2600 elo gameplay, right? By Soldier. Just right clicking everything with Jan's 7k score ahead, and this game, which has been a very entertaining game, trying to get the maximum out of not very mobile units, which are musketeers. But yeah, ooh, Italy is going H4 right now, and you know what? If he manages to get this H up, this game might not be as over as we think, because I've seen Italy
Saglier.
H4 win from worse.
Saglier, man. And also, the cannons at this point will crush the Falconet. Oh, but nice war rating going on at the top with these musketeers. They're not attacking, though. They're just walking. Just trying to cut him
they're
off, but
focusing
nice
them one by
pathing.
one.
Nice splits
Yeah.
again, moving 3 groups of Jans around the map, in base, on the sides, down. And now we see Soldier placing a TC on the water there as well to secure that coin mine and the water even further. Man, this game is crazy.
It is. It is. It's like Soldier kind of putting his foot down and saying, "Okay, listen. I know that what is multitasking and APMing. I'm gonna match you. Like I'm gonna do exactly what you want me to do, and I'm gonna be better at this game." And this is just a statement game from Soldier, and it's kind of showing how the series is gonna go on. And you know my prediction from before this game. I thought Psionic was absolutely gonna steamroll, but the way Soldier is playing right now, he's playing like a man possessed, and Wow, I'm thoroughly impressed by him right now.
Is the TC going to go down in base before the age? No, it's probably going to come in time, but Psionic running some architects away to the north of the map to try and save his position. But again, now the two TCs in base for auto, water, and the third TC. Papal
And the
Guard might
TC is
pop
gonna
here.
go
Oh, it goes
down.
down! It goes down just before the age up comes in and Psionic
Oh my
calls GG. Wow! Oh, if that had popped, there might have been a chance there, but a commanding game from Soldier. And Chosen, I gotta give you mad props. That was a hell of a lot of APM for the production side going all over the map. But what a game that was. Musk versus Musk. Psionic doing something quite interesting, very off-meta Italy build. But yeah, getting caught out a couple of times near the double Jan racks and but again, Soldier, let's not forget, he lost both the Raxes and he just bought himself enough time with the water game to pull himself back in.
Exactly. Yeah. Very nice game by Soldier right here. You know, again, just running around with Jans. Jans do go forward, but the problem with Jans is that they don't often go sideways, backward. And he managed to make the Jans go absolutely everywhere, you know? And yeah, well played to Soldier.
Yeah, really nice unit control, splitting 3 different groups around the map, and pressing the S key and A and D keys for the Janissaries. Yeah, Sig Boulder in the chat, everybody. Sig Boulder. I'm liking that.
Yeah, dude, I gotta
But
get a haircut. Oh my god.
yeah, so we've got
China
the
versus
next
Spain.
matchup. China. Oh, China.
Okay, we all know
The
who's
Ming
gonna win this one.
Dynasty.
Just next. Everyone knows who wins.
All
China
right,
versus
so
Greece.
yeah. Shake, 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 shake. Do you
Yes.
remember a few months ago? Me and Harrison were talking about the China Spain matchup, and you were like, "Oh, China always wins." I'm like, "Bro, let me play Spain, you play China," and I just
That was
Rod
not a
Falk, and you
couple
were
of
like,
yeah, no. Okay,
"Oh, what?
get the
Oh.
timing straight. When was that? When was that exactly?
It doesn't matter, bro. Spain.
It
I feel like
was
this is a
two
great
years
Spain
ago when I
matchup.
was a
I feel like this is,
1700. I
and
was
I was like a
1700 elo.
1300 elo, bro, and I was like
Okay,
1300
okay,
elo,
okay,
like.
okay. Okay, listen. 17 and 1300, the gap is much smaller than 2200 and
All right,
1400.
all I'm
Okay,
trying to say is
okay,
you're
okay.
chopped. Spain beats China. All right,
Spain does
Spain
not
beats
beat
China.
China.
I'm saying it. I'm saying
And
it. All right, Spain beats China.
I'm
All right.
putting my money where my mouth is. We're gonna play 5 Spain v China games, and you're gonna put $50 on there, and I'm gonna put $50 on there, and I'm gonna show you that in 5
Oh boy. Oh boy.
games I'm gonna just win again. But anyways, China doesn't lose to anyone. All right, take it away.
All right, so we've got Soldier playing as one of his favorite civs, and it's gonna be China. China, Xingshan Mingling.
Oh, number one.
Number one, getting the maximum social credit score here, Soldier is, and he's going to be picking up the nice little wood treasure in base to save his villagers from chopping too much to get the village in transition. But yeah, if we take a look over in the south, in the color red, we've got Psionic as L'Espagne, España,
España.
and Espanol.
Yes. On that note, that sounded very tobacco-like, so I'm gonna go smoke really quickly, so you can carry on this cast for a couple of minutes without me, please, Big Baron. Big so fuck.
All right. Anyways, Baron and Mahongpa and Harrison in the call here, on the call, giving you guys the ESOC rundown. But anyways, scouting that nice 90 food treasure next to his TP, that's going to be very nice and ensure that he's going to get a nice 15 vil age up there. And he's also spotted a 90 wood treasure as well. So Soldier very close to getting his village. Can we take a look over at Psionic's macro real quick? All right, so House is going to be coming up in a few moments here. Let's take a look at his deck. And so, okay, Soldier hasn't selected his deck yet. So, oh, it says... It says Rush. Okay, interesting. I mean, that could be anything, to be honest. Interesting no too heavy cannons in the deck. I feel like against China, from so I just some perspective. I started playing the game with China, and like one of the biggest things they struggle against is mass like heavy artillery or mass cav. We do see soldiers deck here, bit of an FF potential pseudo semi FI play. Gonna be really interested to see what he opens up with in this matchup. I think just going for the straight FF with the Arquebusiers, pivot, redcoats, and transition would be nice. This XP treasure is really important. China loves getting a lot of shipments early. It gives you also the opportunity to potentially send good faith agreements if you want to go greedy. But we'll have to see what he does. So, yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities. You can go blockhouse, you can go French consulate, but we'll have to wait and see. Another 80 food treasure on Psionic side of the map. That is really nice. But yeah, so while Shake is not here, I'm going to continue the propaganda that Spain beats China because Rod Lancer, pretty much. And I feel like they just have an easier composition to mass in time before China's Death Ball is massed. But can we take a look at the in-base consulate? Let's see what he has selected as his ally. He's going with the French. So yeah, just kind of standard FF Summer Palace, I think, is the move here. Oh yeah, nice 90 wood treasure for Psionics. He's had himself a nice age 1 as well here. Can we take a look over at Psionics' perspective as we see the food crates coming in? So Psionic, not yet with the second shipment, or because I assume he's going to want to send capitalism. He's going up with the governor in a really nice age up time with the food treasure that he got in age 1. Food crates now coming in at 253. And again, so I think it's an interesting conversation is if you have an in-base wood treasure as China, do you take it or do you immediately go to the trading post for first pass? I like going trading post first pass because it gives you the food crates sooner, right? Like XP is entirely the driver for the food crates coming in. So we do see the Summer Palace age up being very conservative in the back of the base. Getting more treasures is Psionic in age 1 as well, and he's going to no doubt be aging up with the governor. All right, so yep, just scouting around with the Explorer and Disciple, Dog and Hero also making their way around the map here. Now, in this matchup, it's kind of interesting because both civilizations obviously get the additional kind of military unit, if you will. Oh, and he sees this now. He's going to go back for it. This could be a good opportunity, although these mad dogs will die very quickly to the dog and hero. But here comes the Xing Sha Mu Shu the man, and is he going to kill the explorer? Oh, he's going to kill the hero! That's a huge fumble! Ew! In age 1, losing your hero is Spain is so big, and he can get the explorer, or the dog, and the treasure. But we do see 2 forward vills, and he spotted that with the disciple. Oh, he lost them. Okay, but he did see them, and he knows that they're over there. That's important. Very interesting sending that early. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, he may just decide to destroy the TP and then age, but we'll see. So, age up has come in for Psionic. He's sending 700 wood first. Rack's going down immediately. What is the age up in base? Can we take a look? Okay, so yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to double check. It wasn't something crazy. But yeah, so I don't like that he shot that herd there. You want to hide your forward position as much as possible. Is he putting the tower in base? Interesting. I feel like that's kind of an odd decision considering that you're rushing. But then again, he may not want to give the game away. But on the other hand, he kind of has given the game away because he shot that herd in Soldier's base. So he can see, like, if you would take a look, yeah, he can see that the forward base is there because of the dead herd. You don't want to, you want your forward vills to either be like on wood or coin until the units do come out, right? You want that element of surprise. 7 steps followed up by 700 coin here.
All right, I'm back.
Oh yeah, he's gonna see this.
Oh wow, okay, this is gonna be really big, killing these 2 villagers before any units manage to pop out, right?
Oh, but the 5 musks do pop. Oh, he's got the disciple and explorer there to snare. Yeah, he's just gonna get away. So, but this is the thing though, like without the forward tower, those vills are gonna be very exposed. Now placing down a second barracks now.
Mm, this is gonna be very tough, I think, for Psionic to do any real lasting damage because you don't have that tower forward and you don't have a stable. Usually, you want to accompany this build actually with a stable rather than a second Rex. And if you do like a timing push with like 10 Musketeers, 10 Hussars in China's base, really try and idle everything, ship Trastamara and Age behind it, that would be better. But I think Psionic is hell bent on staying H2 with this build.
I really don't like this play because China. Oh, but we do see China going for 8 Shukanu's behind this because he has obviously spouted the Musketeers, so he just wants something to kind of defend, pivot in base. He's ending relationships with France. He's probably going to send 300 export next and then go up with the Brits. He's going to catch out a villager here. Very nice with the Step Riders.
Yeah. I mean, this is looking just really good for Soldier right now. The damage
Yeah.
that Psionic can do here is actually quite minimal. You still have a Summer Palace. Minutemen being shipped, if I'm not mistaken, in the Chinese base. Yeah, Minutemen, double Minutemen coming in with the Chukanus, not losing a single villager. Chukanus are going to be able to clean up because Psionic is going right into the Chukanus face. And yeah, this is looking almost over already. Wow.
Yeah, and not only that, Shukanu can kite way more effectively because they're 4.5 movement speed. Explorer snaring as well.
Yeah, Explorer snaring, taking all of these Musketeers down. Not even losing a Vil again. Vil HP coming in, if I'm not mistaken. Rodolero's being forced to be shipped into base, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna say this because I've never thought I'd say this in my life, but Psionic's getting out APM'd here.
Well, not only that, I just think the build isn't like hard hitting enough, and China can easily pivot with units. Like a lot of people think that they just are a pure naked FF civ, but China's actually got like a decent H2, especially when they're on the defensive end, because they can just kind of ship the counter of what you're making. Like they've got the Chukanus, they've got the Pikes, they've got this Step Riders, but he needs to be aging. Like he's very slow at the age up. The double Minutemen I feel like was kind of a mistake because like he had the Explorer there to do enough of the tanking, and he's losing all of these Step Riders here. That's kind of a big loss. This TP stays up, and the rods are coming in now.
Okay, and
He
now
needs to be
China's
aging up.
vulnerable. Now he's
Very vulnerable. Yeah, he
because
sent 2 aged 2 military shipments and hasn't aged, and he's shipping 300 or 700 wood behind this. So the skirms will pop, but he doesn't really. Okay, so now he's going up the British alliance, but he won't have enough for anti-cav. And by anti-cav, I
don't
mean
like
rods.
this. I want 300 export here.
Yeah,
I want to see these redcoats coming to action. And
but the problem with the redcoats is he's also popped. He has like he doesn't have a village. He needs a second village to be able to do that. And so like this kind of timing of sending, I think really you just send 7 steps or the Chukanus. I mean, honestly, I would prefer just the straight FF because, like, what are 10 Musketeers going to do in your base when 8 Arcs pop out, right? But Psionic making dogs and sending pikes as well, and here come the rods, and he's sensing the age up, and the villagers are kind of caught in an awkward position. Chukanu's trying to get around the mine there, but you kind of almost want the rods like off of the villagers because they won't do much. Couple of Musketeers getting on, 3 villagers going down now. Chukanus are in a vulnerable position. 4 or 5 villagers going down. Soldier being a little sloppy there.
That's so many villagers going down for no good reason, and now this strategy from Psionic, where he's hellbent on staying H2, is actually working out in his favor. The rods managed to get so much value actually, and now more Musketeers coming in, 8 pikes being shipped just to get a little bit more siege. And even if China manages to get H3 here, he's on 16 villagers, whereas Spain is on 28 plus capitalism. And he's not far away from shipping 600 coin and just aging up himself if he wants to. But I think knowing Psionic, he's just going to keep up the pressure. And look at the score difference all of a sudden. China was looking in an absolutely amazing position, but Psionic, with his absolute inherent aggressiveness, has decided, no, you know what? Stay in here. Wait, he deleted the age up.
Oh, wait, he can't. Oh.
What? How? Why?
Wait, what? Why would he do that? And now he's shipping 9 pikes? What is he doing? Just age up. The skirms are going to do so well here. There's so many pathing issues for these musks. Like, skirms just obliterate. What is he doing? Surely that's a mistake. That has to be a mistake. What is he doing? He could have won the game there. Oh, now the pikes are coming in and the villagers are going to go down. He's going to have no population space. What is he doing? Soldier!
I think Soldier is tweaking, bro.
Oh, he just realized he deleted it. No, now. Oh God, he just lost a solid. Oh my God, no. What are? Oh my
no.
God, and the pikes come out. That's. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, it's Pike on Pike crime. Yeah, this is
Oh
GUA
my.
playing right here. Exactly.
Oh my
This is,
goodness.
oh my god.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
this is just
What
so
in
bad.
the Soldier? Good player. This is not normal. Someone check him PC.
Yes.
This is not normal. Oh my God, he has to be kicking himself right now. Yeah, GG. Rip.
Oh wow, and Psionic manages to
Oh,
pull it back from what was
I
looking
told you
like
Spain always wins, baby. Spain always wins. I told you, Shake. I told you. Check him PC right now. Someone check his PC right now. What just happened? We're gonna have to ask him after this if he accidentally deleted
Oh
the
my
wonder, because
god,
that's
no
insane.
way. Dude, he just got scam socked so hard,
Yeah.
dude. He just got absolutely scam socked right there. And yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. Like he was looking in a fine position, aging up. Skirmisher is managing to get a couple of musketeers maybe with this age up, and he could have maybe been fine, with another big shipment in H3. But yeah, just absolutely throwing this by
That was a
deleting the
throw.
age
That
up.
was just a pure
So
throw. Pure
yeah,
throw. Admin Geeks.
oh wait, his wonder was deleted. Wait, was it siege down? Maybe I
No,
didn't
it's
see
not
it getting
possible
siege
because
down.
when you start the wonder process going down, it starts with the full 5,000 HP. And
Yeah,
it
but
takes
like
like
you
the
can
same.
siege it down, right?
Yeah, but there
Theoretically.
was only 10 musketeers. Even with say 25 siege times 10 times 4, like it's still not going to go down that quickly. But
Gotcha,
yeah, he
gotcha.
might have hit the J hotkey by mistake or something. I mean, I don't really know.
We told you J is just for Giants, dude. Just keep J for
Oh yeah,
Giants.
yeah, J Jans. Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow.
soldiers say it seems to show me selecting it, but I don't know. Oh my god, I feel so bad laughing. But no,
Oh,
no way.
that's insane. What? Yo, what? That's actually crazy. Muscatero, Picanero,
Oh, dude.
Rodolero, delete Wondero, Mento Collapso, uninstallo.
Mentalo collapso,
We need
dude.
VAR. Yeah,
Ah,
Tavin coming in with the VAR. Yo, great minds think alike, Tavin.
dude.
We need the VAR check on this one.
Oh my god, dude.
Was he offsides? Was his finger offsides on the delete key, or was it another key he clicked there? What happened?
Can we review the rec with the mods, or is it just up to the mods to review this right now? Because I wanna see this.
I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna get some
Okay.
water real quick. Yeah, game 5. All right.
So by the looks of things, we are going to try and hop into game 5. I mean, this isn't a best of. This is a play all, right? So the winner of this game doesn't really have a relevance for the next game, but for MDS and for CMC, if we just go back to the serious side of things, this is the biggest game probably so far of their turn. This game 5 between Psionic and Soldier, because right now they're dead equal on score, and yeah, like whoever wins this game kind of jumps to second place, and tied on score with SKG. So this will be a very important game for either one. No one wants to go in game as the last place team, so it's a very big game right now.
Yeah, definitely. And to be quite honest, all of these games have been super close. I mean, even the China one there, bit unfortunate for the YouTube clickbait, as chat is saying. I deleted my Wonder in a tournament game for the 50k views incoming. Very well said, Rosado. I think that would be a great thumbnail. I would watch it again, to be honest. But yeah, all of these games have been really close. So the last one is going to definitely be a tight one.
That's what she said.
That's what. Yeah, indeed, indeed. I was kind of I left the bait there. I wanted you to take that one.
Exactly, and I took it. Like a good boy. Oh shit! Yvonne Gold is typing. Okay, stop typing. I thought Yvonne reached the verdict there, so yeah.
All right. So, do we know the match for the next game? Or are they? Yeah, I'm sure Soldier's gonna need to take a moment after that one.
Yeah, Batu pointed it out correctly.
Yeah, he needs the glaze.
China lost this journey. Oh my god. This is the first time we've seen China.
So we've got France versus let's see here. So Soldier's going to be France, and one of Soldier's best civs is France. So I feel like him leaving this for the last pick, definitely a comfortable pick. Going to be
Psionic still has Malta, don't forget, right? Which is,
yeah, I think
in my
he has
opinion,
Malta.
like the worst civ for me to play against him, because like playing against his Malta is just like disgusting. Like you want to absolutely just uninstall, and you know how much I like Elo. Like I just auto resign that almost. Like I hate that. So, like his Malta is just disgusting. Honestly, like he will run you around with pikes. He will put commanderies everywhere. He will be all over the map, everywhere, at all times, and we just want to cry. And I hope we see his Malta now, because it's not fair if I'm the only one that has to suffer.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, we can also take note, being coached by Kaiser, a Malta enjoyer, Bo Pike, and I think his name was Bo. What was it? Pike Bo Enjoyer. Bo Enjoyer was it?
Bo Enjoyer, Kaiser, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure he's given him some of the knowledge passed down on the Bo Peaky, the ancient ways.
Yeah. Thing with Psionic, it's either Piki or Bo. He doesn't really mess with making Bo of them.
And the best, and Shake, the best part about this is he doesn't have the ability to ship 2 Falconets.
No.
So
the 2 Falcons isn't there, and he just performs better when the 2 Falcons just isn't an option.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. And but he does have a Falcon and Mortar in deck. I've seen.
That's an interesting card. I mean, I'll have to leave it to the Harrisons of the world whether that's a valuable or a good card, but I can see merit in that.
We do not trust Harrison on any balanced decisions.
Unbalanced decisions. Remember,
Harrison
China's
is
D
not,
tier. Yeah, no, fair enough.
Malta D tier, China D tier, Spain best civ in the game. Just, it is what it is.
Alright, so the players definitely.
Big David 987 is probably my favorite person in Twitch. I just like him a lot. Welcome.
There's a lot of people you immediately called him out as your favorite. I'm sure you hurt the other feelings of the hundreds of viewers. Like you just
No. Big David is just the GOAT. Big David is absolutely the GOAT, and we're always happy to have Big David in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Is he simply him?
He is him.
I say.
Big David is him. He is him.
Well, he's not him. He's David.
No, he's not David. He's Big David.
Big. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm tripping up. It's the big.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a
And
pimp
the
name is part of the name.
987. You see that? You know what that stands for? That's a countdown to the 9 seconds you got to get the fuck out of here before Big David just whips it out.
I think I'm gonna stay all 10 seconds to be honest, and just gander upon it. You know.
Yeah, you want to know why he's called Big.
Oh, so Psionic going Germany here instead of Malta. So we were talking all about Malta. But yeah, I mean, we've been talking. I've seen a lot of people in chat saying, Psionic, you need to play Germany. Bro, your APM with Ulans would be crazy, man. And so gonna be curious to see how he does with this. I haven't really seen him play too much Germany. But yeah, let's see how this final game goes. Really excited for this one.
Yeah, Germany for Psionic. I've seen him once smash Callan's face in was like his second Germany game ever. Just Ulans everywhere around the map, and I'm excited. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game and the deciding game of this week between MDS and CMC on the south side of the map in the color blue. We have the YouTuber himself, the content creator, Big Boy Soldier, playing as the French on this absolutely phenomenal map of Pripyat Marshes. Then on the north side of the map, we have the French phenom. We have AoE Kylian Mbappe. We have Psionic playing as the Germans. Now, this matchup usually slightly favored for Germany on non-livestock maps. But knowing Psionic isn't really the biggest Germany buff, like he doesn't play all that much Germany. I would argue that Soldier kind of has the edge here based off experience. What do you think, Honka?
Yeah, I think just watching Soldier's French in the past, he's just so clean. Like he knows every in and out. He knows all the timings for it. And he seems informed so far from what we've seen today, other than we'll just forget about the last game. But I think Germany nowadays, like I used to say, even matchup, a little bit German favored, but I think honestly, ever since the Ulan nerf, I would so much rather be France in this position. Like Kurz, just good. Musk timings as well. Like you have the options. I feel. Even like 5 Hus these days just beat
What a
7
low
Ulans now.
opinion. Oh my god.
Low opinion.
What a low opinion.
Nah, I like France in this matchup, to be honest.
We're talking about Kurz into War Wagons right now? Really?
I mean, well, here, like, obviously it is the direct counter, but I think when you get the Skirm Goon Mass, Skirm War Wagon, like, the 9 Ulan shipment isn't as big as, like, an 8 Curse switch, I feel, anymore. Like, Kurz on the front line, I feel, like, I just feel like Ulans just don't feel good anymore. I mean, maybe that's just me. I just
It's
feel like
you.
they've lost a bit of bite, to be honest.
It's
Like,
you.
they're so good, but, like, in the
It's you.
massing.
No.
All right, well, yeah,
We're not
yeah.
buying it. We're not buying it. This is Germany propaganda all the way. Germany, in my opinion, one of the best civs in the game. Not the best, but a very, very strong civ. It's probably the best standard Nilla European civ. And yeah, like on this map with so many treasures as well for Germany, like you can look at the amount of wood that he's getting. He's just getting so much stuff in H1 already, and oh my god, Soldier lost his Explorer to a treasure. Wait, is that 100 food treasure? Can we check it out? Yes, it is
Yeah, it
100
is.
food treasure. So if Psionic just makes a beeline over there and just looks at that and just crack shots it, he's going to be able to get it. He can get 100 food, and that 1210 from Soldier isn't the greatest as well. Like last time with Psionic, not the greatest, but anyways, Psionic is kind of backing off, not realizing that the the French Explorer is down, but look at the
To be
amount of
fair though,
resources he's already
you
gathered.
do want the TP for Germany, and it is kind of risky going down looking for more
True,
treasures
true.
when he's already very low after taking a huge 90 wood treasure. So I don't mind that from Psionic. But yeah, that's a huge mistake, and I guess Soldier might have forgotten that those dogs, they do have a 1 rate of fire, so they're not like coyotes where like they're like low HP. Like they do a lot of damage. But yeah, let's see. So did he? Okay, so he was going for a 17-ville age up, and then he canceled to go 16 for an earlier age up. Both of these guys going up with the quartermaster. And yeah, the native scout is there, so he will be able to pick that treasure up. But you obviously want that earlier for the faster 1210. TP comes in for Psionic here. That's a sad Antoine Rabal. He's just laying on the floor, looking at that food.
Antoine, really, really hungry, but il a repris du force et maintenant il va prendre ce trésor pour la nation, pour la France. Vive la France. And
S'il
there
vous
we
plaît.
go.
S'il vous plaît.
Yes, there we go. And now he's got that 100, looking much better. And yeah, we are going to see the 1210 timing hit very, very nicely. 348 age up is going to be 350, sorry, excuse me. 351, there we go, 351. And yeah,
Yeah,
hunting
that
dogs
food.
coming in very, very late though. So we're gonna see hunting dogs and steel traps relatively late. Whereas Germany is aging up with 16 vills with the quartermaster, so Germany's age up isn't bad at all either. And yes, we are going to see some cav fights here.
I do like the on this map in particular, going for the early stagecoach. I think it's yes, it's greedy and kind of risky, but we do see both players kind of opting for it here. Psionic gets the second TP down in age 1. As you mentioned, those treasures were really helpful. Okay, so he decides not to go for barracks here. What is he doing instead? Is he... Okay, he's going
He's
steel
gonna keep the
traps.
wood. Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah,
keep the wood. He's gonna go steel traps. He's gonna try and chop for a later stable, which I'm not a very big fan of because you could have been like almost queuing Huss or whatever with your Rex, right? But instead, no, he's going to be chopping more, and he's gonna get okay. So he's
stagecoach
going to
instead,
go for
yeah.
stagecoach instead. Now, is this game losing? Because Haas, as you said, like their window is they do well against these Ulans, right? But now that there's no Haas out on the field, Ulans can idle, but at the same time, we are seeing exactly the same play coming over from Psionic. But
Yeah,
at
both
least he
just doing a
gets
greedy
some
FF.
like shipment Ulans, right? Where he can
Mhm.
go and just idle France for a little bit. Um, so yeah, that is going to be questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the stagecoach play. And without really scouting Psionic's base, just going no units is kind of brave, but it's going to work out for him. I mean, only 2 or 4 Ulan's not going to be the biggest threat in the world. And yeah, nice market. Yeah, that is a decent choke there. Yeah, it's a bit out of TC fire, but so coin crates on the ground now for Soldier. Psionic's crates are coming in. Stagecoach is also going to be coming in a moment. Not really
I will
going in,
say
just kind
one
of
thing
seeing
though,
around.
Hampa. I'm not a very big fan of stagecoach this early because look at how much it's slowing down both of these civilizations trying to get to H3, and like you're not really reaping the of the stagecoach as of right now. Like like both civs could have already clicked that age up button, and rather than that, they're having the stagecoach do work, which I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like saving stagecoach for a bit later and just enjoying the XP income from both TPs is probably the better choice.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think it's just up to player preference. I know a lot of players, they really value the stagecoach. Both of these civs also enjoy having stagecoach, I think. But yeah, I mean, he's getting up now. What is he? So he's shipping the 700. What is he aging up with here? Can we see? So he's aging up with the exiled prince. All right.
Yeah, and I agree with Cartridge. There, just XP is just much better, especially at 6 minutes when you're not making any units. And especially for Germany, like the most valuable resource that Germany has is XP. Like I would research Stagecoach and just leave it at XP. If we can switch over to Germany's perspective right now, um, we are seeing both the TPs on wood. He is aging up to the next stage, trying to do some damage with these Ulans, trying to idle possible. Scouting, probing, seeing what's going on in the French base. He is seeing that stable going up, a house, but that house is going to be delayed, and that stable is going to be delayed. So H3 for Soldier, and he's still not able to produce units. So that's very, very nice for Psionic right now. So many resources in the bank. It's minutes almost 7:30, and no unit has. There we go, being queued, but no shipment. Look at this, stagecoach in, but still no shipment for
Yeah, and I
France,
was
and
gonna
he's
comment
far
there
away from that.
yeah, when he was shipping the 700 wood, that would have been the time where he needed to switch the stagecoach TPs to XP to ensure that next shipment, especially because he doesn't have the church. And again, when you do research stagecoach and put it onto resources, you are kind of negating 1 TP on XP, so your shipment curve is slower. But we do see the racks finally coming down. Ford Dragoon's going to be in production as well. TP's now switching over to wood. Ulan's kind of coming in, just seeing what they can find. So let's take a look over at Psionic real quick. So 22 CDBs for
Ooh,
Soldier.
are they
Might
gonna get a
lose
CD?
Seville. No,
Oh
he
no,
got into the TC.
yeah,
Yeah. And
just
then the
on
goons
time.
are coming in. Yeah.
But
And
look at how
lots of
much
great
idle
goes.
time these Ulans are causing right now. Yes, these Dragoons are out and they're gonna chase them away, but Germany is completely fine. First shipment already in, more skirms. Look at how many skirms are already out on the field. He's gonna get another full batch of skirmishers. He's probably gonna be able to get a nice batch of war wagons. Probably 3 war wagons gonna come out as well, and Germany militarily is just going to scale so hard and snowball. And I don't know if France is going to be able to keep up against this, because 13 skirmishers already out on the field is quite scary, especially if these skirmishers are going to run into these dragoons. But very nice use there
Love
of that
that.
native scout by soldier. Very nicely, just being able to zone off these dragoons, telling them to run away from these skirmishers. Very, very nicely there.
Yeah, that's like a mark of a good player, where they don't even wait. Like, they ensure that their scout survives into the middle and even late game, because he could have been running in trying to catch out that one Ulan and just lost those 5 dragoons to the 13 skirmishers. Now shipping more dragoons, making more dragoons. So going for the mobility option, maybe even might use the CDBs to kind of defend against a skirmisher push here. Again, very good use of the native scout.
Ooh, but he's going to die now.
But yeah, it's gonna get he's gonna die now.
Oh, no, he runs away. Okay. So Psionic didn't actually notice that.
Yeah,
Oh, no, he's coming back. There we go. He's dead now.
back.
Is he dead? No. Why does he keep surviving? Psionic, shoot that scout already. My God. Just notice him. There we go. Okay, the Ulans are just... God is dead. Finally.
Yeah, that is quite a bit of goons. He has
It
the
is, but
critical
it's
mass.
against full skirms, right?
Yeah, but this is where he can just switch into curs, and there's only 3 war wagons out there. Did he ship the other 3 war wagons as well? I'm not sure. I didn't see that. How many war wagons do we have there?
Ooh, 9
Okay,
Ulans.
shipping Ulans now. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, Psionic's got a decent composition overall. I mean, there's not
why
enough
are we
skirms
shipping 9
here.
Ulans right now into full groom? Unupgraded
Yeah.
Ulan. Okay, the Ulan vet is finally coming out, but like, why are we shipping Ulans right?
I'm not sure. I don't think he's seen all the goons, to be fair. I think he's only seen like 5 of them. But yeah, skirms being queued and sent, just destroying some houses.
Cores of wood coming in from these TPs. Very nice distribution. Always very fine when you keep your TPs on wood. But again, like Psionic is just not being careful. Like you have to be careful, bro. Like,
Yeah, he's extending very much so. And oh, if he catches out the Ulans, they're on the opposite side now. And oh, this could be a massive problem for him. He needs those in the engagement. He's going to be able to. Oh, he's close to one-shotting war wagons. Yeah. Oh,
okay,
those
a
goons are
couple of
just
these
gonna.
Ulans are made skirms, but it's such a nightmare with these trees. Almost none of these Ulans manage to survive, and Psionic has just pinched himself again between a place and a hard rock, and a hard rock and a place and a hard what the hell, a hard place and a rock. Sorry. yes. God damn it, English motherfucker. Speak it. And sorry, it's the second cast of the day, and it's quite late at night here. And yeah, now his entire mass is just getting surrounded. And again, like, why are you going for the TP literally on the other side of the map, not near your reinforcements, and just getting cooked right now by pure Dragoon Skirm, when like this is a perfect counter composition for Germany if just all of his units are together. Like, I don't know. Psionic is kind of signing his own death sentence here in this game because of it.
Yeah, and look
I'm
at also
sorry
the
of being
distribution of his
overcritical, but it's
resources.
like just frustrating to watch.
Yeah, really nice micro as well, putting some of the Dragoons into melee and having the ones in the back line still put out damage. Manages to clean up, and now he's starting to transition into Kurtz here, and this is where he's got the dominant skirm mass still. And filtering in more units just for free here. Not what you want to be doing, especially after getting cleaned. Every unit is so valuable. So 3 curs from the shipment, and the curs are now in production as well. He needs to get some housing down, but yeah, he does have the stagecoach wood, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's take a look over at Psionic's point of view. 30 CDBs currently. He's on 27 plus, I think, the 8 full settler wagons. Not getting full batches out kind of feels a little bit awkward. Now, so he's kind of missed the 8 skirm shipment and the 9 Ulans. Those died. So what do we have left? We do still have the 8 Ulans. Maybe needs a mercenary shipment, but it's going to be really hard for him to do that. I don't think France is going to give him the tempo for that.
I mean, the whole point is that Germany kind of excels because they get this early snowball. Like, imagine if he had the initial mass that he had back then, together with all these units he has right now. Like, France wouldn't have been able to stand a chance in a fight in
Right.
an open battle. But he
Now
instead
combat
decided
curs.
yeah, like to just donate like 60% of his army for barely nothing. He barely got absolutely nothing out of it, and that's the thing. Like sometimes Psionic is just a little bit overzealous when he goes for raids, when he goes for buildings, especially like buildings take time to siege, and especially when you're sieging them with war wagon and skirms, you know, like you're not sieging them with pikes. And nice raid, killing one CDB, another CDB going down. So 31 villagers now for Soldier. And yeah, this is the game that Psionic is now going to play. He's just gonna play the run around, just gonna try and out APM. But ooh, and he's actually
Oh, could
gonna
be another big
snowball.
raid.
Okay, a couple of goons there and the Explorer, plus Dragoons coming in from the back, going to be able to do some nice damage. Very nice snaring by the Explorer there, being kind of saving these two Dragoons before the next reinforcement comes in. And yeah, Soldier is just heavily in command of this game right now.
Yeah, and I feel like this something to talk about, like the play styles of these players that we've seen throughout the series. It kind of feels like Psionic has been trying a lot of times to get these valuable kind of corner raids or multi-task raids, but as we've seen today throughout, Soldier's done a very good job of, as you said, increasing his own APM and dealing with these raids, and he's cleaned up a lot of these Ulans. And as we see, there's no Ulans on the field now. Like all of them have gone down to those side raids. War wagons are coming in now with the shipment, so he's
Ooh,
going to get the 8
raid
war
on the
wagon
south side.
switch.
Raid on the south. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, that was the Mother Nature horn. That is annoying.
Yeah, just random ass horn out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But a lot of war wagons are gonna come. They're gonna be able to deal with the 8 curse
Oh, but
quite
he's getting a
handily.
full 13 cur batch with Cav combat with the Dragoons in the
Yeah.
mix. Like he's got the more complete composition right now.
And look at the
CDB's
scores.
dealing, yeah.
Scores are kind of thinning out right now, and Germany's kind of trying to snowball itself back into the game. But yeah, this fight can go really, really well for Germany. Trees are going to be in his favor, but he has to get these war wagons out of range. Skirms, and he doesn't don't fight skirms naked. And oh my god, okay, the curs are going to come in right now. Some very nice kiting right here by Psionic, putting the war wagons in the front, trying to tank all of the curs. Yes, right here. But there's just so many stuff coming in from behind here from France. So many skirmishers and dragoons going for really nicely targeting the war wagons. And look at how well Soldier has managed to micro that down. Now all these German cuirassiers are all over. And ladies and gentlemen, Big Boy Soldier has managed to pull this one out of the bag after deleting his wonder last game. He still manages to get the win for MDS, and the series goes to MDS, who now leapfrog into the second place and take a 3-2 lead in this last series of week 2. And yeah, MDS are looking in a good spot right now to try and make a bid for the finals.
Huge mistake there, just slightly overextending in the base, just trying to take down a stagecoach trading post, and then his his Ulans were separated from the Dragoons, and that was it. And then he just got sat on by the goons under the skirms, killed the war wagons, and then just cleaned up from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for whoever is interested, the current score is 29 to 21 for the Bigs, so we are ahead by 8 points. And then SKG and MDS are both on 24 to 26, tied at second place, and CMC is currently last place with 23 to 27. Now, the gap isn't as big, it's just one win in between them, but next week, MDS will be playing SKG for a place in the finals, and who will most likely accompany the Hudson Bay Bigs, which is us, because we're going to be playing CMC. And let's be honest, CMC are going to have to win against us by at least 7 points. And okay, wow, we have Big Soldier joining. Nice. Hello, Soldier.
What's up, guys? Hey, how's it going?
What's up? What's up? What's up? First of all, congratulations on the
Hey,
win.
so obviously the
3-2.
first question we've all got to ask you.
What the
I
hell?
think you know. What the helly?
I didn't.
What the helliante?
I did not. Yeah, I did not delete that. And I'm recording all these games up from my perspective. And I mean, for me, every time I delete something, the message comes up to confirm it. That did not happen in this case. I don't know if that's different when you have a wonder, but yeah, I mean, from the video that I'm gonna post, you're gonna understand my confusion at this situation.
Yeah, it was looking pretty like it was definitely a dicey situation, but I mean,
Yeah.
had the Wonder Age up come in, I like with the couple of Chukanus there, we felt that you would have been in a decent position to kind of just kite away and clean up the heavy
Yeah.
infantry shipments, but bit unfortunate there. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucas Aurelia saying a little YouTube plug, and we were joking around that the thumbnail clickbait is I deleted my Wonder in a tournament game.
That's great. Actually, I'm gonna use that for sure.
You should. You should. That is.
But I
That's
didn't
tier
delete. I
clickbait.
swear to God.
So, what are we gonna do with the game 4? Is it gonna be replayed or what? What are the
Yeah, I
thoughts
mean,
on
I'm wondering what I think Gigs wanted me to potentially send him over or just stream my perspective. I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but I'm just gonna be on standby. I got some time. I don't know about Psionic, so we'll see.
All right. So another question I wanted to ask you is, Psionic. You probably did your homework before you played him. You kind of investigated what kind of he is. One thing that I was very, very impressed by you was the fact that I said it before the series, like we're all like on this level of like of very good players, and when we're playing players of that level, Ionic, that is all these players, we try and study our opponents. I feel like you did such an absolutely phenomenal job by not only matching his APM, but going head on into it and saying, okay, APM is also one of the strong suits. So you just managed to get the victory at the end of the day by not letting him run you around and just playing
Mm-hmm.
that running game with him. How do you feel about that format?
I'm pretty happy. Definitely wanted to win the series. I mean, he's obviously been getting better and better. So, there was potential in my mind that I would lose the series. I was hoping to at least take two. 4-1 would be really nice. But running around type stuff, I played a lot of quick search over the years, and there's certain guys that do that a lot. So I'm totally used to it. I'm used to it, and
Osteo.
yeah, he's one of them for sure. That's yeah, let's not go into that. But yeah, I mean, he's got great APM, and he's got to just gain some more knowledge and matchups. I think is going to be the biggest thing because he hasn't had too much tournament experience. But yeah, is Spain? I've seen that H2 Spain play before, and it's I thinking of it afterwards, I should have just adapted and not sent. Everybody sends the 7 steps now, right? And that's why that double Rex works. Because if I just go straight to H3, it shouldn't work. But yeah, he's working with. He's got some good teachers right now, some good guys that he's gonna be learning from. So I expect him to get better and better.
Exactly. So Giggs is asking for your POV right now. So thank you for the short interview. Thank you for hopping on. But I think you should go and contact him to see what we're gonna do about that game.
All right, sounds
anyways,
good. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, soldier, and hopefully we meet.
Well played, well played. Yeah, so that was, I think. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Shout out to you as well, coming in last minute, getting the production down. No, there's a bit of lag there, but nice job catching all the raids and the action around the map. That was a very high action-packed series. Shake, great casting with you as well, as always. Really enjoyed those games. It was really fun. I think I liked the Ottoman and Italy game the most. That was an insane game. Stuff just going around everywhere.
Great. It's always very, very nice casting with you all as usual. And guys, thank you very much for tuning into us. This was a great series, and excited for week 3, excuse me.